to Totally Workwear Stadium, a name that says, welcome to the national anthem.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Grace Tower. I'm the QB for the Bayside Ravens and the Sun Devils women's team, and a proud jury woman from the Berwick Other Nations. I have the absolute honour to open the men's state final game with the Acknowledgement of country. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional landowners and which have gathered here today, the Yagara and Turrbal people. Pay my respects to their elders, past and present. Furthermore, I'd like to acknowledge all the deadly Indigenous players here today, acknowledge their peoples and the mob they represent. Watamuli, thank you.
Excellent, and thank you for joining us today of all days. My name is Brad Cummins. This is the American Football Australian Seniors National Championship between the Queensland Sun Devils and the Victoria Eagles. Joining me in the booth today is a couple of men, one of which who is fresh off winning the Under-18 National Championship as the Queensland head coach just a couple weeks ago, which means he's already had probably more success in this month than most of us have had in the last couple years. Will Saxby, welcome. How does it feel to go from winning the national championship to standing next to an ugly American?
No, it's always a pleasure to continue Queensland's legacy, especially in junior football. We've had a pretty long pedigree of winning. From what I can remember when I first played in 2017 in the national tournament, we hadn't lost a game up until 2024, so it's been nearly a decade and one loss, and it's always good to continue that every time we get the opportunity.
Absolutely. And also we have in the booth with us today Ryan Glasson. Ryan, thank you for being here. What are you excited about for today's game?
Honestly, I'm excited to see the Queensland D-line and the Victoria O-line go at it. They've been quite dominant both sides during the tournament, and the Queensland D-line just dominated ACT in that first match that I watched live on the field. And that's what, then just the teams in general, it's going to be a good game.
Excellent. You know, 4 teams, you just mentioned it, Ryan, 4 teams entered this tournament with dreams of a national title. The New South Wales Wolfpack showed up. The ACT Monarchs showed up. And then both of today's sides introduced themselves, and frankly, it got ugly fast. The Victorian Eagles went 2-0, scored 116 points. And this is the part that kind of keeps offensive coordinators guessing, is that they gave up exactly zero, not a single point all tournament, nil, the donut. The ACT Monarchs and the New South Wales Wolfpack combined couldn't scratch the scoreboard against this defense. We'll see what Queensland has in store for them today. The Queensland Sun Devils playing at home, which today means Brisbane gets to watch their own side either lift up the trophy and explain what went wrong, or have a nice celebration. No pressure. They come in 2-0, 108 points scored, only 24 conceded. The Sun Devils did allow some points, 24 of them, which technically makes them the weaker defense, But don't tell that to the Sun Devils. They are excited. Will, you know Queensland football inside and out. You've just come off coaching the next generation of it. Do you think the Sun Devils can crack open this Victorian defense?
I think it's going to hinge heavily off their defensive line, like Ryan was saying before. It's the defensive line the last 2 games have dictated the play of the game. The Victorian offensive line is also extremely stout in what they're doing, so it's going to be decided there. The Queensland defensive line is made up majority of the Bayside Ravens, who, as I discovered in the Sun Bowl last year, tend to be pretty good. Kind of gave our quarterback less than a second to throw every play, so
that makes it hard.
Makes it very difficult to run an offense if you can't hold the ball and for longer than it takes to touch your hands from a snap.
Yes. Yes.
Which, if we do see that this game, it's going to make Aston's job really hard. Aston, the Victoria quarterback, is a very, very talented player who he has the physical metrics. He can throw a ball. He's smart and he's fast. So if he can make do and the offensive line can hold out for him, they'll, it could be an interesting game, and it's really going to put some stress on the back end of the Queensland defense. And,
And here we go. We've got ourselves a kickoff. The game is underway as the Victorian Eagle tries to outrun that Sun Devils, and they just
great stop there from Max Schlatter.
Do it. Fantastic defense. You're better off just running it up the gut with these guys versus trying to outrun anybody at this level of play.
Max Schlatter's done an awesome job there to keep his leverage against the runner. He came downhill, kept it contained on the returner, and just let him run into his arms. No one was there to stop him. No one was there to get in the way, and he just blew up the play to start the Victorian offense on the 12-yard line.
Yeah, some big collisions to start the day. I'm looking forward to seeing more of those.
So we get a trips formation to the boundary. It's a new one with a motion in from the slot. We get a handoff to the running back.
Not much happening there. So you're probably going to see both these teams kind of feel each other out, rather. And we're going to be looking at about 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, so they barely got any movement there.
The Victorian quarterback, as you mentioned, number 8, Aston Hewitt, well-versed in high-pressure games. Got a man over the middle, but incomplete. Intended for number, looks like 82, I believe that's there. Samuel Ferranda.
Yeah, I mean, on the Queensland defense there at the top there, Chris Clark, he's going to be a big player in this game. He's a very dominant force in the AFQ leagues for the Ravens. Big top-high safety that is definitely not afraid to lay some hits. So don't be shocked if they go back there again. He doesn't let them get away with just running it off from a bad throw.
And it looks like the Queensland defense is just running a standard 2-high shell.
Yeah, it makes sense on 3rd and long.
Ooh. All right, they had a man open on the sideline, but just could not connect. Intended for number...
No, it looks like
they did. They gave it to him. Excellent.
That's a great ball from Aston there.
Let's look at this replay. Up the right sideline. He delivers that as a strike.
And they've given it in bounds. Looks like Queensland isn't happy with that call.
Yeah.
But they've come out of a trips bunch formation, so they've tried to really condense their receivers and then spread them post-snap, and it's just worked exactly as they wanted it to. Bailed the corners back and hit them on a comeback just to the sideline.
Give is to the handoff up the middle. Number 26, Oscar Croxel.
We've got a little bit of extracurriculars there from the inside guys. A little bit of talk.
That trenches matchup getting heated already. I love to see it. We saw success with ACT against this Queensland D-line with the hard count. Very hard to get these guys holding their water, so to speak. We'll be interested to see if Victoria breaks that out at some point. 2nd and medium here.
The ACT team did have, as tough as it is to say based on the scoreline, they did have a little bit of success running some misdirection against the Queensland team. They were getting very, very predictable. They threw another layer in of misdirection and took him out of the play a little bit. We get a motion here from the 3 receiver.
Great pocket.
Throws it into double coverage, intended again for number 82, Samuel Ferranda. Nothing happening on that play.
Yeah, Victorian O-line holding their own at this point. That was a very good pocket. We haven't seen any real pressure on the quarterback on these sort of deep throws. There's been 2 or 3 now, sort of 20 intermediate sort of passes that have got off without a hitch, realistically. So I'll be interested to see if they can hold that up for the whole day.
I was talking with the Victorian, one of the coaches, and he was telling me basically this offensive line is pretty much a makeshift line just due to injuries and what have you.
Here we go again. Oh, there comes the pressure. He gets out of it, though. And that's a 3rd down stop for the Queensland team. Beautiful. As you were saying, though, I imagine both these sides have had a lot of changeover from their previous games due to the sort of long, drawn-out nature of this tournament and the physicality of all the games they've played. There's going to be quite a few injuries, some players unavailable, with Victoria travelling as well. I imagine that's a factor. So interested to see how these sort of sides, if they can hit the same form they did in their previous games.
Well, it's only fitting that both these states are represented here in this national championship game, because I think you guys would definitely agree. Both states are representing the strongest competitions in the country.
Yeah, definitely. 2 of the most dominant sides in Australia being the Crusaders and the Ravens with the longest chain of success. He gets the punt off without a hitch. We'll see if we get a good return.
Well, Matt Major's going to let it bounce. He's taken it to the outside lane. He's taken down by number 18. Number 18, Hamish Windsor.
Good tackle there.
All right, so we are going to be able to see our first peek at the Queensland offense. And one of the things that viewers might notice is all the multicolored helmets. So, Ryan, what do all the helmets represent when they have the different colors on them?
Well, obviously, we can see a couple of the yellow ones. Those are obviously the guys that have made the Australian team before, proudly repping their country. And then the others is just all their local state clubs. Oh, hard count here.
Looks like he's going to have a free play. Escapes the pocket, comes around to the right side, gets a nice gain.
Bit of laundry on the field there from the side judge on the far side. I imagine, based on the position, it's going to be holding or possibly offside.
Let's look at this replay, and you can see, I think it's that right D tackle who jumps the gun.
Yep, hard count works. They get him. Good snap by Ole.
Couple of key people to watch on the Vic defense here is number 3, Joey Donaghy. He's playing safety at the moment. You'll see at the bottom of the screen. And number 38, Daniel Roper. Joey's he's a coach on the juniors, under 18s and under 16 staff for Australia. And there's Daniel Roper getting involved in some extracurriculars there.
Yep.
But yeah, look, very sound player and a really intelligent guy, really intelligent coach, Joey. So likes to go by Slowy. We'll hope he doesn't live up to his nickname today and get beat deep over the top.
You can see Daniel Roper, number 38 for Victoria, is here to play, but he's got to keep his head in the game and not get too amped up.
Yeah, bit of ferocity there at the end. I like to see the O-line boys getting a bit angry, but we'll hope the flag's not on them. It's going to hurt Queensland's offense massively here. But just going on what you were saying before, talking about the Victorian O-line being a bit of a hodgepodge group, you can notice if you look at the Queensland O-line and their helmets, you'll notice 4 purple ones. So those boys have all played together for a long time for the Bayside Ravens, and they've got that chemistry from multiple seasons and this state campaign. Only the left tackle in the Stingrays helmet, which I believe his name is, I talked about it last time.
Well, it's so key, like what you're saying, offensive line is all about continuity. And when you know each other and what everybody is going to do, you have a distinct advantage in these state rep games.
Definitely. And a large component of the Queensland side being there's a lot of purple helmets out there. You can see sort of on the left Stingrays guys coming out. The chemistry that you develop at club is so important at these tournaments because you only get a limited amount of time to practice, and it's hard to get everyone from all over Queensland together to get some good reps. So these sort of home club chemistry stuff can be very important.
You saw offsetting penalties on both sides, so that play just basically nullified.
Get a handoff to Calder Shanks up the middle. He stopped pretty quickly there, unfortunately.
Oh, it's still going.
Calder's a good runner. And Daniel getting involved a little bit at the end. Calder's has shown some serious running ability against Victoria in the last couple of years in these tournaments. He broke off a massive run down in Victoria a few years ago for nearly 50 yards, breaking some ankles and some tackles. We get a nice little trips formation out to the field here on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, 3rd and medium for Queensland. Big down here. Hit the hard count again. Oh, holding.
Oh!
Yes, big hold.
Dangerous ball there by Mitch Bessie.
Oh, in and out of the hands of the defender as he struts his tail feather. And he knows he should have had that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a punt here for Queensland for sure. There was a hold there by the right tackle for Queensland, number 78. So that would, even if the pass was completed, no luck, unfortunately. So we'll get to see the Victorian offense again.
There you go. So both teams bring it out to about midfield, roughly midfield. And you'll notice if you're watching on the YouTube channel that the field may look a little different for those of our viewers that are in America. It's not a full 100 yards because we're playing on a rugby field here in Australia.
So you see Mitch Bessie out as the punter. He does like to tuck this ball and run on the occasion when he gets that lane opening up. Really not afraid of it, but we'll see if it takes an impact on whether they pull any fakes or anything like that. Having their quarterback back there, it can add an extra layer to the return team's coverage.
But as you can see, pretty nifty punter as well, as he gets a nice sort of, I think it was inside 10 there. Not quite sure exactly where that landed or where Chris Clark touched it, but definitely a handy little punt and pins Victoria deep.
And it's so unique to me, especially growing up in the States, playing in the States, seeing the punters so adept at rolling right and left. And we're seeing punters from Australia take over America. And it's because they can just do that. They're so athletic. They can kick right foot, left foot. It's an amazing thing to see.
Oh, absolute schmozzle on offense there. Victoria's tried to use that a couple times now. They've been utilising this motion to try and get Queensland off balance before the snap, but there they just don't get it right. They've got a few players moving, snap count issues, and again, that's something that can happen in these state tournaments. Like I said, we've got mixed players coming in, limited practice time. It's hard to get offense in particular locked in. So they'll be backing them up even further. So after the great punt by Bessie, they're going to be backed up even more for a 1st and long inside their own 7.
I know both teams are super excited to get this game, we'll say. Super excited is probably the word I'm going to use here. It's been a mission to get this game on. It's been pushed forward and pushed back and was meant to be played at 3 o'clock, and now we're playing at 11. It's a good ball there from Aston.
Oh, first down, no dramas there.
Right out there to Conrado.
They make it look so easy. Well, you would know as a coach, how important is it about rotating guys in the game, or are the coaches just considered about, no, these are my best 11, I'm rolling with all these guys?
Well, it depends on what your team can take in terms of load management. So, like, your big guys, you tend to run a pretty quick rotation on them. Give them that 3 reps at 100%. Give them a couple of reps of break. Put them back on, because you're not trying to come out of the gate screaming and then lose it for the rest of the game. You do need to try and maintain that load for the specific position groups of these guys to keep them healthy.
Oh, sorry.
Good break up there from Chris Clark.
You just got interrupted by a thunderous hit.
That was Naseby, number 51, that laid the boom. Yeah, Clark almost got the pick off the deflection.
Let's look at this replay, but that's what we call a hospital ball, folks. And he just got laid out.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what I love to see from defense. Look at him staring him down too. The perfect amount of not a taunting, but taunting.
I think Conrado's really going to think about the next one. He has to run across the middle there.
I believe was that Sam Martin that is just knocked him into next week.
Oh, Queensland shows blitz comes straight through, but he avoids the pressure.
He's got wide open to the right-hand side, breaks a move, but now we've got Laundry on the field. Unfortunately, I think this one's coming back.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's going to go and make it even more painful by scrambling into the... Oh, yep.
Yeah, holding.
Oh, then the other team doesn't quite know it yet. Oh.
It is the danger with a quarterback breaking containment. The O-line don't know where he is. Players can pull away, and I think that's all we've seen. We've just seen a little jersey tug. We'll see it here on the replay. Who is the culprit and who is responsible for dashing Victoria's hopes?
Yes.
Regardless of that, it was some pretty poor tackling from the Queensland defense there. You know, a quarterback who, to be honest, was not running at full speed. Aston can run a lot quicker than that.
There it
slipping off left and right. It was...
Was it when he threw him to the ground
I
there?
believe so.
You
The
think
center.
That's what it was?
And totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
The quarterback was well away from that. That is just poor form from the center, number 62.
62, Philip Rigari.
Don't mean to call you out, Philip. I love my centers, but that was unnecessary.
Oh, the most important position on the field, if you ask me, next to quarterback.
Definitely. Oh, and that's such a beautiful, like Will said, poor tackling from the Queensland there, but amazing athletic performance from the Victorian QB. That was a stellar run.
Yeah.
Let's see if I think this might be a run play. He might be a bit tired now.
The Queensland pursuit angles on that were just not great. They weren't. It was a really bad play by the Queensland defense for it to get blown out so far and then watch the almost ball watching from the back end of the field, and then it's sort of by the time they're switching on and trying to run those pursuit angles, it was too late. It was just not good.
Will's being nice when he says not good. That was poo.
Yeah, and we can see Victoria taking a timeout here. Probably smart considering Austin just ran 70 yards and needs to catch his breath. And it is second and long. Not exactly the best down for a give me handoff play so he can catch his breath. And he didn't like the look of the defense, so we'll see what they can do.
Will, what's the mindset of the coaches after a play like that? Especially like for Queensland, if you're on the defense, do you feel like, oh my gosh, we just escaped and dodged a bullet? Or
Not really. Like, it's not necessarily a bullet dodge. Like, you still want to look at that rep as a live rep up until it was done. And it's going to be a learning moment for them to really readdress what went wrong, because by the looks of it, everything went wrong. They're probably going to look at getting back into some sort of a base defense, something they're comfortable in and that they all understand how to play very, very well. It's what they run a lot. And they can do a lot of things within it. So we'll see what they come in. Don't be shocked if we get some sort of a too high, like a palms look.
explain to the viewer what palms means.
So like a cover four almost would be the easiest way to explain it. Is some sort of a cover four where you got the two high defenders and your corners are playing off, which is sort of what we're getting the look of right now.
Oh, it hangs in that pocket, but he just turfs it. I think he realized he had nowhere to go and just drilled it into the ground.
And that's what we're going to see. Like, once these D-line get more and more reps against these O-line, they get more familiar, they're going to start to win more. We saw Maddox there with a one-on-one opportunity, and he takes advantage of it and just speeds the clock up. And luckily, Austin got rid of it, though I think that was just a throwaway. I don't actually think he was trying to hit anybody.
Yeah. Because he threw it into triple coverage.
Yeah.
Aston is just making sure we get his name. He gets very, very upset about that. I've learnt that in the past. He represented Australia back in 2024 at the Junior Under-20s World Cup. Was a really, really phenomenal quarterback there too, and has only come further.
My excuse is I'm not wearing my glasses.
He's got a man wide open on the left side. Number 80 delivers the blow and is finally dropped out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Chris Wedderburn. It was another timing throw. Like, Aston knew he was getting some pressure there. It was Thomas Isako was coming straight down the B gap there or the A gap there and pressuring Aston to put that ball out. Aston just knew. He sat his feet. He threw the ball out on time. And, that's what happens. It brings them to a first down, and they reset again. And
it was third and long. I believe Queensland was playing a little bit too conservative there, gave them the sticks a bit too easily there with a little hitch.
And if you can get those timings, that's what you look for in those situations. Like, you know what the defense is going to do. They're going to play deep. They're going to cover the sticks. So you want to try and run them off.
Oh, we got a pull read here. Oh.
Nothing happening there. The quarterback keeps it, goes up the gut, and gets about 2 yards is all.
It was just an ugly read there for Aston. He at least got something out of it, but he had the right read to pull it. He had the collapse onto the running back, and
And running backs listening, cover your ears, but that's one of those ones where as the quarterback, you'd probably rather the running back take that hit than you. Just hand it off, save your body for later. Let him take the punishing 2-yard run than you.
Yeah, looking at the replay, Aston made the worst decision possible. He had a sitting end that just was watching his making a play, and he might have had a little bit of deer in the headlights there.
Throwing deep down the left sideline, again intended for number 80. Well covered, incomplete. Covered by
Josh Perrin. There's some good coverage there from Josh.
You can see from the yellow helmet that he is an Australian rep, so odds are he knows what he's doing.
Also a representative of the Panthers flag football team for the draft next weekend.
Shameless plug.
Yep, my team, Josh Perrin on it. We're good. Hopefully he can pull out some of that pass coverage in the games next week.
Gentlemen, we're not referencing flag football here, are we?
We certainly are.
All right. Hey, if you're just tuning in with us, we're grateful that you are here. My name is Brad Cummins. This is Will Saxby and Ryan Glasson. We are here at the National Championship. 3rd down and 7. Drops back. He's got his running back open in the flat. Complete. Easy first down. Takes it across midfield. So this is the first time we've seen Victoria cross midfield and have it stand. So the Eagles finally getting some momentum going. Let's see what can happen here.
Yeah, it's the same formula again. They're getting to these sort of medium to long downs late, like the Queensland defense is holding up, and then they're just all dropping back and letting the underneath stuff, and the Victorian skill players are just making moves.
That's got to be on the linebacker not covering the flat or whoever the flat defender was.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, when you look at the Victorian offense, they're running off. They're running off their slots and their wideouts. They're trying to push the defenders deep. So they're trying to drive back the linebackers to open up a lot of the stuff underneath, which unless the Queensland defense adjusts to, it's only coming situationally. Like it's coming on those 3rd and 7 to 3rd and shorts. And unless the Queensland defense can adjust into something to sit lower and let stuff pass through, they're just going to keep getting cut on the same thing repeatedly.
Yeah, another short run on first down. Queensland defense holding up. We'll see if they can immediately implement those changes and fix it this drive.
Drops back. Throws it into coverage. But
that is an awesome job by Cam Young there. Cam Young disrupted the slot receiver there and completely took him off the timing of that route. Number 84 for the Queensland defense. Took him off the timing, allowed Chris Clark to get in that pass lane.
You can see here on the replay, Clark comes down and tips that ball. Almost had what could have been a pick 6.
Yeah. That was close. We've got more laundry on the field. I believe ineligible downfield on Victoria, which they are declining the Queensland side to bring us to 3rd and 8.
Well, as we know on this drive, that's an easy completion for Victoria.
Yeah, this is what they want apparently. This is the game plan.
We'll see what the Queensland defense do here. See if they make these adjustments. I can see Cam Young's down pressing the point of the stack on the top side of the screen. So again, we get that same look, yeah. Same thing.
They did the same look, just to the other side. He had the running back open in the flat, but it's complete for another Victorian Eagles first down.
Yeah, it takes the more challenging throw, that little wheel route, I believe it was, from the bunch trips. But like he said, they ran the same play on the other side. You got 2 over number 80 from Victoria, and both those Queensland players go deep with him, leaving the running back swing completely uncovered.
Well, that wasn't even the running back swing. So from the stack, it was the most inside receiver.
No. I meant on this side.
Oh, sorry, yes.
The one he didn't throw.
And the give is to the handoff up the middle. Number 8, it looks like, carrying the ball for about 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, they're going to have to find some sort of an answer for that stack formation on 3rd down. The corners need to flat foot read that if they're going to do it. Because what's happening is they're bailing.
Explain flat foot read.
Well, so they're bailing completely back off the snap. And so the corners are giving nearly 12 yards of room when the first down line's 7 yards ahead of them. They've got to flat foot read and catch that stuff at the first down.
Which means, flat foot reading means
you don't move your feet.
Plant
still.
your feet and read what's in front of you. But here, going back to it again, the same play. Looks like it's a staple. And, oh, that's...
He was getting down, but I think that was borderline, but it doesn't look like they're going to call anything. So it gives them another Victoria first down. So you're seeing Victoria just take they're being very patient. Take what's given to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, they're keeping the defense honest, throwing it downfield quite a bit, but they just seem to be making very smart, intelligent decisions.
Yes, and as we can see, like the first 2 or 3 first downs was a run that Queensland held down for two yards. They stopped them. Now this one, they're starting to get ground down by all these deep throws and these constant runs, and we've had 2 long runs now up the gut.
And knowing Craig Wilson, their OC, they're gonna take the normal offensive coordinator approach. Oh, another running back swing. It's a little bit high.
Oh, that was tricky because we'll see on the replay, but it looked like if 84 could have kept his wits about him, he could have picked off that ball.
I think their running back was hearing Cam Young coming downhill and maybe got a little bit scared of the footsteps.
Good job. Maybe not the interception, but he would have lit him up, that's for sure.
Definitely. Second and long here. We'll see. And as we get into the red zone, obviously it's tougher to push the Queensland safeties and secondary deeper and have that underneath stuff available. So we'll see if Victoria can adjust. Now we're entering the high red zone. Still running spread. Good pocket. Oh, it collapses at the end there and just a little behind his receiver.
Dion Fitzgerald there with a really good pressure there on Aston. Coming off the edge, it looked like a stunt, or was he lined up at end? Because he's an interior player. Oh, he's lined up at end.
Yes, he is lined up at end. I was going to say that the last couple snaps.
We can see here at the replay just the coming across intended for number 36, Tyson Garnham.
So Dion Fitzgerald, one of the defensive ends, he plays for the Townsville Cyclones. So he's been coming down to the Queensland trainings a lot.
Wow.
Down in Brisbane, yeah.
Getting that nice 2,500 kilometre round trip going.
That is some dedication, folks.
And has just been selected for the Australian team.
That is impressive. And there we
it's
go,
a
across
great
the middle,
ball.
in between the safeties for a Victorian Eagle touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our first score on the board, and Victoria has said, we didn't come here just to look pretty. We came to win. And right now, that's what they're doing.
And this is what I was talking about before. Like Craig is a very experienced coach. He understands how to manipulate a defense. They've been chipping away at the underneath stuff, trying to force this defense to play down on stuff so that they can take the shots over the top of the linebackers. And that's exactly what has just happened here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ball. You could see several outstretched hands from Queensland and the ball just gliding over the top of them. Perfectly placed.
He's thrown his receiver into the dirt to allow him to not take the massive hit from Chris Clark over the middle.
So it's a 6-point, and now they're going to try for the extra point, which will give them a total of 7. The kick is down. It is up. It is good.
A great hold there from Joey Donaghy.
Oh, look at you giving the holder some props.
I'll give Joey props all day.
Wow.
If you want to get a shout out on the cast, just be friends with Will.
Joey's the DV's coach for the under-18s Australian team with me. So I've been working with Joey for the last few years on the Australian team. He's a good bloke, even better player, great coach.
Oh,
you ain't wrong. You did a nice job.
Great hold. Unfortunately, didn't get the flag with that flop. I think he needs to take some acting lessons.
All right. So now we've got ourselves a ball game, gentlemen. We've got about 2:36 left in the first quarter. 7-0, Victoria. We're going to see how Queensland responds.
Do you think the heat's going to play a factor today? It was pretty cool this morning, but it's starting to get warm.
Yeah,
it was very cool this morning. I don't think it will. I think
it was snowing in Victoria the other day.
I think these players are so amped up. As long as it doesn't get over 30, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, it's the midday sun is the only thing that could play an issue, but I think the cool weather will help dissuade that from taking too much. But
Dylan Woodcock to kick off for Vic.
Decent kick.
It's a great kick from Dylan. Pin him in the corner on the 5-yard line.
And they fake the end around a little bit, and we've got more laundry on the field. We'll see what this call is. It's going to be first down for Queensland. It looks like the penalty is against Queensland. At least
Yeah.
that's the way they motion.
I saw the block in the back signal from the white hat there. Yep, here we go. Block in the back on Queensland. That's going to back them up. So Victoria drove the length of the field from their 7 after that great punt. We'll see if Queensland can return. That's what it's going to take to win this championship.
Yeah.
Silly little penalties like that is just going to make everything a lot harder. You know, rather than starting at the 19, you're now starting at the 9.
This is tough. Queensland also coming out in the trips, single back, very formulaic. This in the modern game, everyone loves this sort of formation.
Yeah.
Spreading them out. We've got a decent ball.
Oh, the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, complete.
Calder Shanks caught it on the 10-yard line, got about a yard worth of running room, and then Joey Donaghy coming downhill, read the entire defense, the entire offense pretty cleanly, and made the tackle on Calder.
With both these teams sending their running backs out on routes, I'm really excited to see if these quarterbacks both break and contain in the pocket, or these one-on-one matchups that are going to happen with the tackles.
We saw that the quarterback for Victoria used his legs quite a bit. We've just got a simple toss to the outside. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
And again, Joey Donaghy coming downhill, making the tackle on Calder Shanks for a couple of yards.
So do you think, guys, that these plays have been scripted and up to this point, or have we gone off script now and just taking what's given us?
I would say typically most coaches will maybe script the first drive of the game. After that, we're probably going off script, especially with the score changing. Once you get a read of, because obviously these teams aren't familiar with each other. This is the first time they've played this iteration of each other. So they'll be adjusting on the fly.
Minute 20 left, running clock, simple tunnel screen, it looks like, to the wide receiver, who he takes it for a Queensland first down.
Great little tunnel screen there to
Bones.
to Bones, taking everyone to the bone zone there. Warwick Russell, number 81, he'll be a staple of this game, and again was a staple of the ACT game that Ryan and I were commentating a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, did you just say taking us to the bone zone?
That is the bone zone. When Bones gets the ball in his hands, Warwick Russell, he takes people to the bone zone.
Alrighty then. Welcome, folks. Glad you're here. My name's Brad Cummins. This is Will Saxby and Ryan Glassland. You're watching the Australian National Championship.
We fake the wide receiver motion, handoff up the gut to Oscar. Great little run there.
Looks like we got Calder Shanks back on the field at running back. He had a playoff before. A little bit of history of Calder. He was actually a wide receiver for the Brisbane Rhinos back in 2019. Was the special teams player of the year that year too, and then went off to Dickinson College to play as a wide receiver. Came back and maybe had a couple too many cheeseburgers. And
He is in fact playing wide receiver right now. So
there you go. He's
eat
been
your
stuck
words,
back
Will.
out at slot.
Are you knocking the American food system? this hurts.
No, he's bullying his friend.
Rolling left, throwing. And it's
a rare drop there from Max Schlatter. It was a great ball from Mitch, but just unfortunately couldn't get the timing. Thread the needle there with that throw, though. The defender was right in the lane to take it.
It was a great play design.
Yeah.
But just could not quite make that complete.
Yeah, and again, it could just be a chemistry thing. We've got players from different clubs throwing to players from different clubs.
Yep.
They have limited reps, wide
Yep.
receivers and quarterbacks specifically.
Looks like a flood concept there. They motioned him in, motioned Matt Major over, and Victoria defense just knew exactly what was coming.
And when we say flood, essentially for the viewer, we're talking about just putting more numbers than the defense. In and out to one side.
It's irrelevant anyway. We had a procedural penalty there. We had a running back and a receiver in motion at the same time before the snap. That is not allowed. I believe one of them looks like they were shaking their head. I couldn't figure out which one made the mistake. We got an illegal shift, exactly. So that incompletion was irrelevant. 4th down, punt.
All right. We're not going to keep track of how many flags that we've had in this first quarter, but it's been a few.
I ran out of fingers a while ago.
Yeah. 8 seconds to go, first quarter. And we have ourselves a score of Victoria 7, Queensland nothing. Victoria is back to receive the punt.
And we'll see the famous Australian rollout punt. Bessie boots it deep.
Nice kick down the middle of the field. Fields it on the run. Takes it up the gut, breaks it around to the left side, breaks 2 tackles, and he is delivered a helmet sandwich by number 60.
Dion Fitzgerald, the Townsville boy.
That's a long way to fly. He's probably driven or flown just as far as the Victorian players.
Watch this hit, ladies and gentlemen. Number 18 thinks he's free and clear, and then, whoa, welcome.
We got a quarter there.
Oh, and Dion says this is how we do it in Townsville, folks.
What are we thinking? About 30-kilo weight difference there between the collision?
Minimum. All right, as we are heading into the second quarter. Again, our score is Victoria 7, Queensland 0. My name is Brad Cummins. I'm with the Australian Gridiron Network. I'm here with Will Saxby and Ryan Glass, and you're watching the National Football Championship game here in sunny Brisbane, Queensland.
Yeah, so as we talked about in that first half, during the drive, obviously it's very difficult for Queensland's defense to make adjustments during the drive, so it'll be really telling now if they adjust and they can stop what Victoria was doing. But also, like football, it's not just rock versus scissors. Like Victoria can change what they're doing, rendering all those changes moot.
Yes. And that's where these quarter changes and the halftime changes are so important with the adjustments.
But
Get a different formational look from Victoria there, just to hand the ball off and have it stuffed. They had a stack over on this bottom side of the screen. You would have seen the 2 receivers, one behind the other, looking for some sort of a smoke screen.
And we could see it had an effect. We had number 14 from Queensland being confused and there was a lot of communication between the DBs trying to figure out what to do with this new formation.
I'm just a little surprised they ran that stack formation on that side of the field.
Well, they're trying to pull the nickel away from the run and force that safety down. So Chris Clark had to come down to cover that massive lane that it creates.
Yep, and we already see the adjustment. Oh, great ball.
Smart. Just getting rid of the ball. You talked earlier about the quarterback not taking all these hits, and he does a great job there of breaking contain and then just giving it to the running back.
Yeah, beautiful. And as we can see, like I said, Queensland's already made an adjustment there. You can see before that ball was thrown, 23 from Queensland, Joel Maddox, the defensive end, actually followed the swing out, giving that lane for the quarterback to potentially run. He's then thrown it instead, but that's an adjustment Queensland's made.
Gee, surprise, surprise, folks. More laundry.
I might have to take my socks off.
Don't stop there. All right. Wow. Okay, we'll see what the call is. There we go. All right. So against Victoria, that's going to back them up. It's going to create, I believe, a 3rd down and about 7 yards to go.
Was that a delay of game I just saw signaled?
Yes.
Does that mean that I assume one of the Victorian players might have thrown the ball in frustration or something like that?
You are correct, because
Yes.
it happened after the ball,
Yeah.
after the play was over.
Can see Craig's not very happy with that one on the sideline.
Can't imagine why he would be.
Here's that stack formation you were talking about.
Oh. That's a bold strategy.
Aston has been taken back.
We've got a QB lead there, which means the running back is lead blocking as the quarterback just tucks the ball and runs up into the teeth of the Queensland defense. And they stuff it and...
Run into the teeth is probably the exact word of what he just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 90 for Queensland is a big lad. Solomona there, I versed him firsthand as a 120-kilo man, and it was tough. And I can imagine as a probably what do you reckon Aston is? 90 at the most?
Aston, I believe, his last post, he was at about 102.
Oh, geez.
He's going to hate me for that. I think he's about 90.
But, yeah, size wins in this sport unless you get lower than them. But when there's a 30-kilo difference, I don't think you can get low enough.
Look, it is tough when you're facing 2 people, especially 2 defensive linemen who pick you up and walk you back and take 1 foot off the ground. It makes it very difficult to continue to drive out of that.
I think they put him down rather gently considering what we've seen in the past.
Considering what it could have been.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, Maddox
And
breaks
he's
through.
got that running back open in the flat. So you can see the Queensland defense is like keeping a third eye almost on that running back in the flat. But Victoria still went to it.
It's a rare moment there for Joel to pull out of a late hit. But I'm glad to see he did. I think he realized it was 3rd down and didn't want to draw the penalty.
Yeah, it's a little like we can see there. That time Maddox didn't flow with the running back, and he gets straight through. So he's going to be constantly, the quarterback's not going to know whether he's going to drop off with the running back or he's going to come and deliver the blow. And then obviously Queensland needs to counter by when Maddox doesn't, when the defensive ends, not just Maddox specifically, cover the running back, someone else is covering him. But it looks like they've made the adjustment. And I'm not too superstitious, but now Queensland is going the way that Victoria was when they scored. And Victoria going the way Queensland was when they went 4 and out twice. Hey, it's following the script.
It is. You got it.
There is a very slight downward slope on this field, heading to the left, so maybe it'll make some sort of an impact on the play.
Yes, running downhill.
Another delay game. Victoria backs them up.
Will be interesting to see if Queensland make a change at quarterback if they don't seem to convert on this drive. They've got Taj Borden in the backup spot who, as we've seen the last few times, when he's come on the field, he's come on angry and fired up, and he has absolutely cut up some of these defenses.
Oh,
It's a
shank.
shocking kick.
We'll watch that on the replay, but I don't think anybody got a hand on that. I think it was
No, it's just a bad kick that's gone maybe 10 yards past where first down would have
you
been.
got a net 10-yard punt there.
And I don't want
But
to. Sorry.
Well, that's all right, but we've got laundry, so
I don't want to be too rude, but coming from the mother state of AFL, you'd think you could find someone that could kick. Just a little jab there. Obviously, I know it's not. It's just come off the side. Not the worst kick in the world.
don't give me any
I
props.
think
It was
Mother
a
State.
horrible kick. It was
at
a
the
horrible
moment,
kick.
at the moment, I think Mother State's the wrong term for AFL. As far as I'm aware, Brisbane actually won the last premiership round, so I think we're probably the father state of it at the moment.
Yeah, right.
Victorians aren't going to like it, but
Easy,
unfortunately,
gentlemen.
you got to
Whoa,
win.
Whoa.
We don't want to have our Victorian viewership drop off. Here we are, 1st and 10, almost at midfield. Queensland's got the ball. Surveying, trips to the far sideline.
Oh,
Give it to
good
the
fend
running
off
back.
from Calder.
He
He's
does
made
a
something.
nice little don't argue,
Yeah.
but he couldn't get anything going.
He makes something out of nothing, though. The Victorian D-line was immediately in the backfield. I could see that Australian helmet of number 99, wrong list. Lachlan coming straight through before the handoff even happened, but Calder makes him miss and makes something, gets 3 yards. Queensland coming out in trips again.
So it looks like some sort of an RPO that they're running on the offense. You see Max Schlatter on the top of the screen.
GT pull.
There it is.
And he
Calder
goes up
shanks.
the gut.
Oh!
Oh, what a great wrinkle. We'll see this on the replay, but you see the 2 linemen on the far side pull and open up a massive hole. They're going no huddle, folks.
Yeah, trying to carry that momentum, so we don't get to see the replay. Oh, no. We got a little stoppage.
It's still some equipment issue.
Just letting the ball
Yep.
get set.
Got
As
to
we-
get those knee pads on.
As we can see there, the linemen come to the short side of the field and just open the hole for Calder.
That was a great play design. And again, they go
There
right
he is
back
again.
to him. He says, let me eat.
Calder
I love
is
it.
not afraid of taking a hit and driving through the tackles too. He has that rare ability that a lot of guys don't possess where he drives his feet through a tackle and can fall forwards for that extra 3 or 4 yards like you just saw then. He's shedding tackles off, puts his head down, and gets another 2 yards after making contact there.
Well, that was his 3rd straight carry, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That takes some intestinal fortitude from a running back. To be
Yeah, he's
able
got
to
a
do
motor
that.
on him. He's already signaling to get a
Yeah.
break for the next
I was
play.
just about to give him props.
They brought Lennox Samoa on the big back. Calder in at tight end. Hand off to Lennox Samoa. Daniel Roper's on the tackle and takes him down. Lenny just gets caught up there. And we got more laundry.
Lennox doesn't quite have the wheels that Calder had.
You'll be shocked. For his size, Lennox is extremely fast and very, very shifty.
I would be shocked.
I have watched this man duke an entire defense from a single cut zone read, which was insane. Another Brisbane Rhinos player, actually.
There we go. All right. So we'll find out what is happening on the field. We've got 8 minutes, 37 seconds left in the 2nd quarter of the national championship between Victorian Eagles, who are leading 7-0 against the Queensland Sun Devils.
Yeah, I see a lot of grabbing motions by the referee, but I believe they're waving off the flag. Yep.
2 minutes
discussing a potential face mask or horse collar, but they've
So
decided
they've
to.
lost 2 yards on this run here.
Second and 12.
Lenny immediately subbed.
At least we won't have to see any more of the 6-7 symbols from Lennox this week.
Exactly. RPO.
Oh my goodness! And 99 and 35 said, hey, let's meet at the quarterback. And they made their presence known by ripping off the helmet.
Yeah, the play action has not gone well there. We'll see if they make Mitch Bessie sub off for this.
Yeah, timeout or sub the quarterback because the helmet's come off.
Oh.
Taj Borden's in now.
He took a hit.
Yeah,
I'm not
he,
sure what happened there, but
He's going to be
he's
feeling
gonna-
that one.
Exactly.
That is the risk of running those sort of hard play action fakes. If the D-line don't bite and they run straight at you, like, you got to start praying.
And they did not bite.
3rd and 20 here. See what they can come up with. It's a 4-down territory, so don't be shocked if they try and get some sort of chunk here and then step into the next play. That's a great timing ball. Usually on connection with those two, Matt Major and Taj Borden playing at the Stingrays together.
You said it. That was a really well executed timing. Just seemed like it was just 1 yard outside.
It's like
Yeah.
clockwork for those two, and I think it was just slightly off the point.
But it is always challenging to just come off the bench and immediately hit a
Yeah.
15-yard timing route.
I mean, it looks like Matt maybe thought he was a little bit closer to the sideline than he was, and so he stopped running his feet and then realized a second later that he had another step in him to be able to get to that ball. So it's just unfortunate, but Mitch Bessie back on to punt the ball here. I expect some sort of a sky punt to maybe force a mistake from the Victorian team. Victoria doesn't actually have a returner back there at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Yep, chipped up. Looks like it's gone out around the 15-yard line.
Oh, that is,
Unfortunate.
yeah, that is not a good touch finder.
You sort of want to look at those situations. If you have a punter that can put the ball up in space and you have a team that's not too bad at covering, like he had Selby down there, and if he'd maybe aimed for that sort of 5-yard line, maybe just in front of the end zone, he would have had a guy underneath it to catch it. There was no returner back there. There was no threat for the return team. You know, Victoria were more worried about covering any sort of fakes in that situation because the ball's on the 25-yard line. There was no fear of them really coming out of bad field position if they didn't get it. But that was sort of where they went. So now Victoria are going to start on the 15.
You said it. Victoria's got the ball. 7.5 minutes left. They're looking downfield across the middle.
Oh, and there it is. Chris Clark, like we talked about earlier, coming across the field and just laying heat.
And there is a flag. It's a little bit late, but you see it by the back judge
How can you
or the
do
sideline
this?
coming in.
How can you throw a flag that late? You got to make the decision right at the
They
hit.
might be talking about some sort of a targeting
Let's
here.
see this replay. There he goes, and he dips his head
But I think
Doesn't make contact with the head. He makes contact with his shoulder.
with his shoulder.
I believe it's shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Like, I think Chris Clark does everything he can there while still hitting the guy without getting his helmet involved, without hitting him in the helmet. Like, I think it's clean, but
He gets low. We'll have a look at the replay.
yes. look,
Yeah,
now.
Chris gets low. He doesn't try to initiate contact with the head.
It's that right there. When
Yeah.
you see him when he dips that head. And so the ref is making that. Oh. We're just looking at the ref, folks, who's
He's
signaling
just been
on the
ejected
field.
for targeting.
So they did call him targeting, and
That's
he
a
is-
strange call there.
I know the referee's got a lot to think about. It's a big call, but
Yeah.
I hate seeing a 10-second late flag. All I can think is you've been influenced by the sideline.
That's hard.
That's a massive piece of Queensland's defense gone there, and in a very questionable situation. You know, at a certain point, it's football.
But-
You're going to get hit running a post over the middle against cover 3. You know, he led with the shoulder. He initiated the contact with the shoulder. They're both falling. I'm going to leave it there.
That's a coach speaking right there, folks.
Yeah.
That's a defensive coach talking.
There we go.
And not biased at all.
Yeah, there we go. And you're seeing these guys get chippy, and you see 25. What happens on that play? 80 catches the ball, gets a first down, walks upfield, and just kind of runs into number 25 for Queensland. And 25 does take some acting job.
Oh, yeah.
And flops. Watch this.
Some great acting.
Let's
by Perrin.
see what happens. He's gonna bounce up, folks, this is not the normal phase of the game. But we can see here, he does a little jaw, gives him the shoulder, and 25 says, "Oh, no, I've fallen. I can't
He
get
stood
up."
his ground, can't walk through a player. As much as he wants to act, he's done the right thing. You know,
There you go.
he stood his ground, and he took the hit, and he's drawn a penalty now. So, you know, Victoria's going to take a 15-yard penalty for this. And yeah.
I will never understand that kind of mentality. Like, you've just made a huge play from your game. You've had a huge momentum swing. You've just had one of the best defenders on Queensland ejected. You get a first down, great play by yourself, and then you go and ruin it by trying to be tough and shoulder check somebody.
Selfish play that's going to set them back really, really far on this. And the
well,
question will be is whether they move the line of scrimmage or whether they move the whole chains from this.
Let's look, though, because they're having an in-depth discussion about
Which I think they're talking about moving the chains for it, or whether they just move, because it's after the play.
So a first down,
First down,
but they get moved
first and 25.
back.
It's technically after the play, so they should just move
Yeah.
the line of scrimmage back, so it'll be first and 25, but we'll see what they come with and whether they move the whole thing back 15 yards.
I think, after the play, surely.
So there's been a lot of, you're starting to see tensions flare up a little bit. You know, I think these players realize what's at stake here. We've got a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's been getting chippy the last few weeks. You know, being around some of the coaches on both sides of the team, or both sides of the aisle, you know, with Victoria and with Queensland. Like, there's definitely no love lost, let's say that.
Yep. So, and then we are looking at, so the refs are telling them that, yes, we are moving the ball back, and it's going to be first down for Victoria at, looks like about their own 30-yard line.
Yep. And as Will's talking about getting chippy, obviously these two teams aren't interacting face-to-face. In this day and age, a lot of social media banter going on between the teams over the last few months. Knowing they were destined to meet in the final, I think both of them were pretty confident they were going to be the two best sides.
Yeah, I think that was clear to everybody. You know, unfortunately, South Australia wasn't able to play. Otherwise, they'd be here.
Yeah. And
Yep.
New South Wales did all right, but after the first game and they got towed, I think everyone kind of saw this coming.
No, look, South Australia's got a really good future ahead of them. You know, Lee Rayner there coaching their juniors team and developing some real athletes with Riley, the quarterback for the Australian team now, Riley, under 18s. Showed his development in the space of a year at the junior nationals was insane. Night and day, but yeah. Quick first down throw for Victoria. It sort of went into the dirt a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough with those tunnel screens. You've got players from both sides running in all directions. Like, you've really got, and your wide receivers running towards you quickly. Like, it's hard to time that, and you've got to make a quick throw. But unfortunately, just not enough on that one. But he's been good the rest of the day, so we'll see if he can. That's just an error for this one play.
Getting inundated with messages at the moment about how bad that call was against Chris Clark. So there'll be some sort of review at the end, I think, and I wouldn't be shocked if it gets overturned. But unfortunately, that stuff happens after the final game. So
Yeah, this is it.
they're going to have to get their option, and their oh, is that an injury? No, Lockie's good. They're going to have to try and find out how to plug that hole at the top. It's a massive hole to fill.
It wouldn't be a state championship without some storylines and some drama, though. So
Got an injury over here. It looks like Bailey Myers.
You're exactly right, Ryan. And right now, I'd say, unfortunately, one of the main storylines is the referees.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And nobody wants to see that, especially in a game of this magnitude. But it is what it is. The teams are still going to play the game.
Oh, sorry, it's not Bailey Myers. Lachlan Evans. Looks like he's gone down. Maybe just gotten winded a little bit.
I think number 80 from Victoria has just absolutely pancaked him there and just taken the wind out of him.
There we go.
Not sure if there's any foul play. I think it was just a nice clean block.
Unfortunately, he just got beat.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the replay now.
6 minutes, 49 seconds left in the game. And excuse me, in the half. And Victoria's leading 7-0. You can see at the top of your screen maybe what we had an injury timeout, which is turned into a full. Oh, there we go. It's the full weight of the Victorian receiver was on top of him, and I think it just knocked his wind out of him.
Yeah, it's just a wrestling match there, and
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling to breathe. I was watching him come into the bench a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a good sign when you see when a player lands on you and they bounce. That means your rib cages are a trampoline.
So quite a defensive struggle, I would say, in this first half. The teams have been able to move the ball a little bit, but we haven't seen necessarily any extended drives per se.
And I'd say defense dictation. They're dictating a lot of what the offenses are going to be doing here. You know, seeing a good defense, if you understand what you're watching, is a sight to behold, and you can see a lot of really good stuff.
Breaks
Aston gets
contained,
hit in the
and
back.
he didn't realize there was a defender, number 15, who comes from behind.
Thomas Isako.
Again, and that's what I talked about before. So Maddox there hasn't rushed. He's covered the running back. Quarterback looks to throw his check down, panics, runs out of time, gets crunched in the back.
And makes a statement. Well, he can play better than he can dance, because that was, oh my, folks.
It's interesting.
There we go. So
After all the drama, Queensland holds.
they do. 4th down. 5:59 left in the second quarter.
Dangerous return man from Queensland. We'll see.
A little bit better of a punt. Oh, that's a bad
little
bounce
bit.
there. And Joey saving a lot of yards there catching that ball.
You got to wonder what's going on with this Victorian punter, because he's had a couple shanks.
Yeah, he might be seeing Aston get smacked around a bit and gets a little bit worried seeing those same 4 dudes running for him.
It's more
I
of a
don't know.
self-preservation.
They might need to start rolling their punts to give him a little bit more time, maybe take him off the mark and try and open up some sort of corner pinning it or something. Do something different is realistically what they're going to do. They can't keep doing the same thing, and they're just going to end up in the same spot.
You've seen a balanced formation, 2 wide receivers on each side.
Oh, Calder
The
Shanks
give
hit
is to-
immediately.
The running back, but there's immediate penetration by that Victoria D-line.
Yeah. 35, Shu Marito.
I don't know what is happening on that with that Queensland O-line. Like the GT counter, some of the run plays and the pockets have been good, but then there's been a few of these handoffs where they're just getting beat so clean immediately at the snap. I mean, I give props to the Victorian D-line. I'm sure they're talented, but
Yeah.
Oh, there's a jump there. We'll see. No flag.
Oh, it looks like number 2 lost his footing. If he could have, we'll see on the replay, but Max, if he could have kept his feet, I think he would have had a completion there.
Really hasn't lived up to his nickname, Max Schlatter, the sweetest feet in the East. Tripping over himself as he makes his cut over the middle.
now I don't know
get a little
what
bit
that
of
side
move.
judge is looking at, because it's the player directly in front of him, and his head would sort of block the ball from his view. So I don't know how we've missed that flag.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Drops back, looks right, throws into double coverage, intended for number 11.
Really sure what we're looking at there, but John has had his helmet taken off mid-play.
Yeah, this chippiness is going to continue the rest of this game. These teams do not like each other.
But it's only going to get worse. We'll see who cracks first, and that's going to be the one that gets tossed, and it'll all avalanche from there.
We can see on the replay a little bit of a duck in the down the sideline. Lucky that ball was not intercepted. 4th down, so we had quick 4 downs by Queensland.
Get a stack formation from Queensland. Oh, sorry, they're stacking into the punt.
And then they'll motion in. This is a staple they run with the rollout with Bessie.
Oh, that's a great kick.
Look at the height.
That
on
returner does not want a bar of it, and they chase it. Nice job by the coverage team.
Oh,
Get
stop
on
it, you fools.
Lost themselves about 3 yards there. Just
What
kind
are they
of
looking
ball
at?
watching and hanging out.
There's no one around. They're literally staring at nothing but the ball. Oh.
And you can see for our viewers who are not quite sure what's happening there, when the ball obviously is rolling backwards, that's not a good thing for the punting team. They want to stop it and make Victoria march even that much farther down the field. So 4:54 left in the second quarter. Victoria's ahead 7-0. They have the ball. They're going to see if they can chew clock and march up the field.
Queensland defense are missing one of their staples from the first 2 games, Ryan Barthelson, having to travel back to Canada.
And we get another QB lead up the gut, and it's the same result.
See how long Aston can continue doing the QB leads, because they're clearly not working very well.
I mean, that one's actually more successful.
Take that back.
Jeez.
That was about a 5-yard run.
Do you think is it just simply they feel like that's their best running option?
Possibly. I mean, most of their other runs haven't done much, and like that's actually it's only 3 yards now. They've walked it back, but I mean, they've got the lead. If they can win this game running 3 yards and a bit every time.
Look, as much as you probably can't see it on the live stream, Aston is a big kid. He's a big
he's
dude.
105
He's
kilos.
strong.
You said he was 122 kilos.
Well, I mean, he's 6'3". He's athletic. He's not afraid to run and take a hit. It's just a matter of how many he can take. And
Turn your
clearly-
head,
turn your head.
Intended for number
Yes.
82, Victoria, Samuel Ferranda, and we've got flag on the field.
Fortunately, Selby with probably the most obvious pass interference you've ever seen in the history of the game.
Watch this replay.
And just tackles him mid-run, I guess.
Yeah.
And he has a great potential pick there. Like, it hits him in the back of the helmet. I understand playing DB is incredibly difficult, but
You got to get your head around.
yeah, you got the Australian helmet on for a reason. Like, you're a good player. Like
Like if he maybe had a hand to the receiver and was trying to play in phase, he would have understood the slowdown and been able to turn and play it. But I think he just got too worked up about catching up on the deep route because he felt like he was burnt and didn't really read his keys of the offensive player too much and sort of fell into him almost. It's unfortunate, but just going to give Victoria a reset.
Just as we're talking about 3 yards of a cloud of dust and potentially drawing the game out, Victoria goes deep.
You're seeing Craig Wilson just call a really good game. You mentioned it earlier, Will, just about how he manipulates the defense and he puts them in positions that he wants. He doesn't like things dictated to him. He wants to do the dictating.
Yes. Oh, and same thing again. He gets his head around this time. Oh!
That's a great play there by Selby.
Beautiful.
Way to turn it back. Turn it back, lock it up, and do his job properly this time. He took the coaching from the sideline, and we saw that stack formation again to the field. So I think there was a little bit of a look there from the defense, and Selby knew he was on an island, and he did his job.
He puts the 16 seatbelts on that all DBs seem to need to after a play. Second and long here for Victoria. We'll see if they go back to the formula that was working in the first quarter.
Do you dial up a blitz in this situation?
I mean, it depends on what they're getting. Like, the Queensland defense hasn't needed to blitz so far. Their defensive line are getting home almost every single play, and they're causing some sort of disruption to the offense. And
I feel
you just don't need to do it.
And honestly, I feel like if the linebackers are already struggling with these swings and these sort of short routes and screens, I feel like you start sending them, it's just going to open up even more of that sort of quick pass to space options.
Yeah, I mean, Aston can clearly throw. He's clearly accurate. So you take a defender out of the pass coverage, and it just makes his job so much easier.
Third and 8, going into spread again.
Selby's beat on the corner here.
He breaks tackle, breaks containment. Oh,
Takes
Aston
it around
here, going for a run.
to the right side. He was bottled up, folks, and somehow
We'll see where they give the spot, actually. This could be a first down.
he managed to slip that coverage, and I think you're exactly right. I think they're going to give him a first down. That is incredible athleticism by the 120-pound quarterback.
I don't know if it's a called stunt there, but we see that the ends end up looping inside after deep into the play, and they just miss him as he breaks through. Like that's what happens when you have a 6'3", 130-kilo quarterback just running up the gut. He's athletic.
There we go. So the clock continues to run, so they called him down. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left. First down and 10. Victoria's leading.
Quick screen there, quick little smoke screen that unfortunately Reno was not ready for and not on the right angle. If he'd maybe picked one or the other to take the ball or take the man, he might have been in a better option, but he sort of gets stuck in the middle.
If you're the Queensland defense, do you consider the timeouts right now at all? Is that an option for you? Or are you just happy to try and get in the half down 7-0?
I mean, if you get a stop, yes.
I think, yeah, if you get to 2nd and long, 3rd and long, you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
But until we get under the 2-minute warning with this, like, we're not in field goal range yet.
Yeah, like the Victorian offense is on schedule. They've just had a 6-yard completion. Like, calling a timeout here is only going to make their job easier. You sort of want to take them off balance, take them off kilter, have some sort of a stop or a TFL or a sack, call your timeout, then move forward from there.
There's a large momentum factor too. Like, Victoria's just been chipping away. Like, you haven't looked like stopping them yet. I'm not too worried about the clock.
You also probably only want to call these on your 3rd and 4th down because you need to keep that timeout for yourself if you do need to make that field goal attempt or...
Drops back, looks left, throws it into coverage, intended for number 80. And the Queensland defender says, not today.
Yeah, I'm very, very crucial here for both sides, whether that ball was incomplete before or after the 2-minute warning. It's going to save a lot of time for one of these sides. And it was after. Oh, do we even have a 2-minute warning in this league?
No, we did. We had a real brief one.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, be thinking who your first half standouts are, because this is, to me, this is a very team effort we're seeing out here. There's no one individual.
Yeah, I mean, the offense and defensive lines have just been seesawing this entire half.
Yes.
You'll have a drive where the Queensland defensive line are just absolutely dominating at the point of attack, and then you've got, 3, 4, 5 plays in a row where the Victorian offensive line is just getting push off. They're getting good pocket for Aston to throw in, and Aston's just completing passes. And he's not throwing anything deep. He doesn't need to. The Queensland defense, the back end is just vacating. They're covering everything top down. And he's happy to just take those swings, take those quick balls, get that 5, 6, 7 yards, hopefully make a guy miss, and then force them to play down. When they start playing down, he'll take his shots deep like he did against Selby before.
You saw Tomiano Sicario just breaking ankles on the last
Absolutely
play.
beautiful move there.
We'll get a stoppage over the middle there.
And Victoria's rotating running backs. Like, they've had multiple running backs, but they're still going back to that well and running those swings, and they're carving up these Queensland guys in space.
We've got a false start here on Victoria. It's not what you want to have
On
within
the
2
right
minutes.
tackle, numbers, and he knew it too. He stood up and lifted his head. He knew exactly what he had done.
I don't know if this is just me not realizing it, but it seems to be a lot more Crusader helmets on the field for Victoria than at the start of the game. I don't know if I'm just misremembering, but that's obviously going to be very good for their chemistry on offense.
Well, and especially with Craig Wilson
Yes.
as the Crusaders coach.
Yeah, I mean, nearly all of your skills core right now is Crusaders, bar one of the slot receivers, and you got the right tackle and right guard as Crusaders. So we'll see if they start to go.
Complete down the hash marks.
There's a great play there from Conrado, understanding the safety was coming down for him, stepping back, letting Josh Perrin just fly past him.
Conrado Dominguez with the reception gives them a first down. Now we've got 56 seconds left.
Just a great little glance there.
This is getting interesting, folks. The clock is running, so I think they called a timeout. I don't think that's...
Yeah.
It was a good play design. They were putting a lot of stress on Jai Bladen there, the nickel. I think he was out there, Jai Bladen. He was just playing out of the box and got wheeled to the sideline and pretty much make Jai Bladen wrong. If Jai takes that wheel to the sideline, he's going to fit in on that glance right there. And that's exactly what they did. And I have a feeling they're probably going to keep coming back to that and just making him wrong.
And they get the first down there, which is obviously huge, but it's depending on their kicking situation, this also potentially puts them in field goal range now. Like, a decent kicker should be able to make this kick, and that would be huge going into half. So even if they don't score a touchdown here, go up by 2 touchdowns, even the two scores can be very valuable, though Queensland will receive the kick in the second half, I believe.
What if you're Queensland going into the half here? Let's say they stop. What are you saying to your team? What are you telling them?
You're just trying to build up their confidence, saying what we're doing is working. We just need to rally and tackle. They're going to keep chipping away. So far, we've stopped the really deep stuff, the back-breaking stuff, and it's just these little things. If we can keep discipline, just keep it up, just keep working, keep working, keep working. Don't let them defeat you by 1,000 cuts, kind of thing. If you can just hold, you can win. You just got to keep repeating that message and not let the guys get disheartened.
So
I think they need to find something on offense. They really need a change on offense in the Queensland team. It might be, Taj Borden coming out in the second half, angry and
breaks contain and falls down by the dreaded turf monster at about the 28-yard line. Doesn't even get to the line.
I think he may have seen 3 defenders and, chose to not die.
Great. That looked like a clean block. I'm not sure where the flag comes in.
Unfortunately, it's going to be, the tackle coming back towards. So the rule is you cannot, I believe the wording is with violence, to block someone blindside back towards your end zone.
Against the flow of the play.
Exactly, yeah.
We'll see that replay.
And that's huge. It takes them out of field goal range. That's backbreaking.
You mentioned the word violence. If this is the call, that was violent.
He does attack him, lowers his shoulder.
Watch it, 61. He's standing out there at the top of your screen.
Yep.
And then he just comes back and says, hello.
And
Blindside.
especially helmet neck area blindsides are always going to get called, especially against the flow of the play towards your own end zone.
It's a very obvious thing to see when you see everyone running one way and there's all of a sudden this one hulking force going the opposite.
Yeah.
And a lot of D linemen don't know, if you hit them in the head there, you can get ejected for targeting as well.
Pressure coming over on the left side.
Got a flag there. Oh, there's an injury. Oh, no, he's grabbing his knee. Looks all right.
Who are you talking about?
Number 82. Samuel Ferranda.
He did.
Yeah, he took a hit from Josh Perrin there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was blocked by the pole.
He's trying to get off the field, but then I think they tell him to kind of scuba, go down. And
Josh Perrin was diving for the pick there and just took his legs out.
On the outside of his knee. We never like to see that.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's the trade-off in the modern sport. When you eject a player like Chris Clark for playing the man, and I get it's borderline, it's tough, but then players are going to play the ball or they're going to play the legs, and it's just it's a trade-off.
You bet, yeah. So we've got ourselves
a big target down too to Sam Ferranda.
A little bit of a injury timeout as they try and get the player off the field. We've got 8 seconds left, folks. 8 seconds left in the national championship between the Queensland Sun Devils.
In the first half.
And thank you, in the first half. And the Victorian Eagles. Victoria leading 7-0. It's not high scoring, folks, but this has been a really good game.
It's been a really good defensive game. You're seeing a lot of the O-line and D-line having a war and getting chirpy, but you're seeing a lot of good play in the back end. Like the DBs are doing a really good job, aside from a couple of just mistakes that's going to happen at the amateur level. It's going to dictate, again, what happens in the second half. Like, if the secondary can maintain what they're doing on both sides of the ball, or both teams, it's going to be huge.
Drops
Aston's
back.
Washed out.
Goes out of the pocket.
Oh, it's a great throw from
out
Aston.
of the hands. It would have been perfect intended for number 88. He would have fallen out of bounds, but he just could not quite come up with it. So you'll see here on the replay, he just does a great job breaking the contain of the pocket. And then
it was an excellent throw from Aston on a line.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that can be the kryptonite of these powerful, big, dominant D-line of Queensland is if you get them in space one-on-one and you're shifty, like as we've seen before, Aston has broken their ankles a few times and managed to escape. And that can really tire out your D-line and your secondary, and it makes things very dangerous.
I'm slightly confused as to what's going on here because Victoria's come out with their punt team and it's 3rd down.
They called timeout, so obviously they were a little confused, and they probably want to have a little bit more of a logical think about this. If you're Victoria, what are you saying to your team going in half? What looks like it's going to be you're up 7-0.
It's going to be heavily on the defense. Look, it's clear that scoring is not easy today. Like, there's 2 very good defenses, so you need to protect what you have. You need to do exactly what Victoria's done in the last 4 minutes of this game and just drain as much clock as you can. You don't have to score necessarily. It's good if you can. It's good if you can kick a field goal and get in that sort of range. But you just want to take down as much of this clock as you can and rely heavily on your defense being stout.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. The Ravens players, specifically Mitch Bessie and the offensive line, they're very good at playing in the second half of games. They can struggle sometimes in the first half. When they find their footing and understand how the team works, they can get very good. So they're going to have to score.
Here we go. Last play of the first half. He's
getting
got
pushed
pressure.
out.
Oh,
Sacked.
beautiful.
Oh, what a
Two
way
flags.
what a way to end the half with the flag.
That's it. We get 2 flags thrown.
I'm going to
so
assume holding or potential. Yeah.
if
here
it's
we go.
holding, don't be shocked if they just run the clock out here. Yeah, that'll be it. So they'll go into the second half.
Yep. And as you're saying, if I'm the Victorian head coach at halftime, I'm just saying, hey guys, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stop killing ourselves with penalties. What we're doing is working. We've got the Queensland defense on the rope, and our defense is holding their offense.
Yeah.
Get ready for some potential trick plays. That fake reverse kickoff, the end around that Queensland pulled out.
Well, something just
I would
happened.
not
Another flag just got thrown then.
I would definitely expect Queensland to potentially hand that off on the opening kickoff, and just like keep it smart. We're in the lead. No dumb penalties. As I say, no dumb penalties. I believe the coach himself has just got penalised.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So
Definitely got a flag on the bench.
That'll probably inflicted or assessed in the second half against Victoria. You can see they're pretty irate about the whole situation.
I'll try and get some word from the officials what was happening at the end there, but I'm kind of shocked the Brian there, the official, didn't just toss the head coach. It looked like it was getting really colourful.
I think they probably
It
know
still
the
is.
stakes of the game, and it would take something pretty egregious. And you can see the referees are headed into the locker room. So we have the end of our first half with Victoria 7, Queensland nothing. Folks, we have 2 more quarters of the national championship. Don't go away. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back here shortly for the second half kickoff. You do not want to miss it. Thank you.
shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
We are live back at Totally Workwear Stadium for the second half kickoff between the Victorian Eagles and the Queensland Sun Devils. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria is ahead 7-0, but we have had drama with a capital D during the halftime. Let me tell you, we are about to have kickoff, so excuse us if we talk over the kickoff just a little bit. But in a move that I've never seen before, the head ref has left the building. So we are playing with a modified reffing crew, 5, which so you hate to see this, but and we won't speculate without knowing any of the details. But the result is that the officiating crew is going to be playing with one man down. But you know what? At the end of the day, fellas, the teams on either side don't really care.
Well, you saw from the start there, it was a little bit of an interaction with the Victorian sideline at the end of that half there, and so it started Victoria off at like their 10-yard line to kick off, or the 15-yard line, sorry. So that's why it looked like a bit of a bigger return there from Queensland, but the Queensland team were trying to overturn Chris Clark's ejection with the targeting call at halftime, but I don't think with everything that was going on, they were super receptive to any conversations at that half about overturning and those sorts of things.
And you're in a position, you're winning at halftime. Regardless of how good or bad the referee is doing, you cannot, like, the damage they've done. Look, Queensland's already at midfield with those penalties and that return.
That's a game changer. Yeah. You're exactly right. We saw the fake on the jet sweep, and they give to the up man.
Calder carrying the pile.
That's
like I spoke about. Calder loves to drive the tackles.
And there's a knee.
That's you see that so many times in a scrum like that when it's bad. I'm sorry, I'm not going to speculate, but unfortunately, it looks like from the replay that his leg was a little bit twisted up, and this is what happens when you get that scrum. You get and you try and stay upright. Everybody, you can get really bad sprains, breaks, that type of thing.
Calder has had a history of knee issues that he keeps coming back from and then keeps getting hurt. It looks like his leg just got caught up under one of the Vic players as he got taken down.
Okay, good.
Walking off.
So more frustration than pain, I assume, from Calder. He's walking all right.
Yep.
I think he was just a bit angry. Every time he does hurt that knee, he gets very upset, to say the least.
Understandably.
Very much so, understandably. So he's got to take care of his body here.
And we do actually see Taj Borden leading the Queensland offense to start the second half, as Will may have predicted.
So let's see if this is the change that they need.
You see the pull. He pulls the hand off, tries to do a little bit of a
I think he
QB
got
run.
lucky there. I think he's going to get pretty lucky with the spot. I think his knee was down a couple of yards in the backfield there. Yeah, they are going to get him lucky.
It could also, rather than being a direct swap too, it could be a specific package. We talked earlier about scripting plays to start the halves. So this could be a package play. Taj being slightly younger and a little bit better a runner than Bessie, a bit more shifty, could be some more running plays as we just saw.
Also selected on the Australian team as a quarterback, both Aston and Taj here.
False start there by the Queensland wide receiver, number 85, Matthew, has just cost his team 5 yards.
Yeah, so you're getting a battle between both of the quarterbacks for the Australian men's team. Going to be competing again in camp in July in the lead up for the New Zealand game over in Auckland.
You fellows are both Queenslanders. If people want to get involved in this game, what's the best way to do it?
You can reach out to the league, the AFQ, and they can direct you to your closest club. It's pretty a streamlined process these days. If you get in contact with the league, the AFQ, on their website, you can reach out to any of the clubs, or you can just Google American Football Queensland. You'll find a bunch of clubs listed. You can find your closest one yourself if you prefer. And just getting down, we have flag programs. We have all ages. We have women's leagues, we have men's leagues, we have non-contact, contact. It's really growing. There's been a massive boom since flag was announced at the Olympics.
It's a huge, huge boom. If you're just joining us, my name is Brad Cummins. I'm with the Australian Gridiron Network. Joining me is Will Saxby and Ryan Glasson. And we're grateful to be here on this national championship game with Victoria leading 7-0 over Queensland. We're hoping, just from a pure spectator standpoint, that we get a little bit more offense going here. But I know, Will, as a defensive coach, you're pretty happy about the whole situation.
Yeah, I love a good defensive game. This is a different formation. You've got Taj and Bessie motioning out into empty.
I think...
Oh, he dances around like a little jitterbug.
Face mask.
And
they got lucky there.
We've got laundry, and there is going to be a penalty on this play. He just had nowhere to go. He did a smart job holding on to it and not throwing it into coverage. But we'll see what exactly. Looking at the replay, you see number 35 for Victoria just come barreling around Shu Morito.
So Mitch Bessie is actually an Australian level wide receiver. So he is able to be moved around the field pretty easily. He moved into quarterback in, 2022, I think it was, in the Sun Bowl against the Rhinos when Jared Stegman got injured, and showed that he does have the ability to play. Or 2021 maybe. Showed that 23. Sorry, I'm losing it. But shows that he has the ability, and he's still a wide receiver at heart. He's 6'4", and he's quick. So he has the ability to be that vertical threat.
Yeah. And throw out all my speculation about a Taj package. I believe this is a direct response to the Calder injury, moving Bessie to wide receiver.
Which Calder back in the field now. He was on last play, and you heard the Calder support crew going.
And there we go. Queensland is saying, hey, we're not going to bother trying to protect our quarterback.
A little bit of a midline
we
there.
got two of them.
We are going to just do what we need to do to get some yardage and score.
Yeah, pick my Taj speculation back up out of the bin. He does seem to be running the ball a bit more.
Hey, you know what? This is it, folks. I mean, this is why you play the game. You want to be crowned national champions.
Yeah, exactly. They're really, Taj putting his body on the line for his state, for his team. Love to see it. See if we can get some passing game going now on second and short. Bessie, possibly due to being not playing wide receiver all through camp, has false started with Taj's snap count. It's a big thing, chemistry. You wouldn't think so, but as playing center, having different quarterbacks, the vocal, the cadence, the clapping, it can all be just slightly different, and it can throw you off massively if you don't rep it. As small a change as someone's tone, someone's volume, and just a half a second difference in how quick they say set hot can just throw off all your timing.
You got to get lulled into that pattern, and when that pattern gets changed, you're exactly right. You see that offsides.
Here we go. Fake the handoff. Good pocket. Deep ball. Oh, Schlatter.
He had him. And it should have been complete, but he dropped that ball a little bit behind him, it looks like.
Yeah, behind and high. We'll see on the replay. You'd think Taj would take pity on his fellow short king and throw him a little more catchable ball. But Schlatt's had to... Oh, no.
It was
That's
bad.
Good. That's good.
Great defensive play. It was a great defensive play. Look at that. Number 27 for Victoria, Noah Wilson, who I believe...
Son of Craig.
Yes, indeed. There we
Taj,
go.
oh.
And brought down by number 35. He has been all over the field for Victoria.
Tamiano.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a disruptor.
Good decision. Big decision here for Queensland. They're in the 40. It's like a punt. We've seen it hasn't been super successful when they've punted from here before. Do they go for it? Looks like the offense is staying on the field.
Yeah.
If you're on, I know there's still,
Plenty of time.
20 minutes left in the game. But you have not been able to move the ball that much.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them for going this and trying to establish a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, look, they need to take the chance here. They have enough time where if the chance doesn't pay off, it's not the end of the world. They're on the 38-yard line. We'll see where we go here.
And he's got it complete to number 81, who gets driven out of bounds.
Warwick
Beautiful.
Russell taking him to the bone zone again. There he is. Wait for the signature crossed hands if he gets there.
Into the red zone
Yep.
to the 14-yard line.
Beautiful ball there from Taj. Steps up in a somewhat clean pocket. A little bit of pressure from that good Victorian D-line. Taj steps up here, delivers a catchable, on-target ball.
And they
Little bit.
have given the ball in a handoff up the gut, brings it down into the 5-yard line.
No.
So they're not wasting any time, Queensland. They're
There
going
it
quick
is.
count here. And
Calder
you're seeing them
Jade.
again.
There you go. Calder Jade Shanks right up the middle, driving the pack, get himself a nice quick 5 yards.
2nd and 1. They fake the handoff.
whoa.
It's batted
Oh,
by
get
the
onto
D
it.
lineman.
Yeah.
Number 7, Jed Melican.
Great tip there. That's a really good answer to this quick passing game. They leave him completely unblocked off the edge. He gets up in the throwing lane. That's what you need to do. Great defense. And Queensland's no huddle catching Victoria off guard and myself. So that was very good of them. They got a quick 7, 8, 9 cheap yards there. 3rd and short here. Possible quarterback sneak situation. We'll see if Taj has repped that with the center. It's another thing that chemistry between the center and quarterback in a sneak under center is very important.
I think this is where you got to take out Calder and put in Lennox Samoa and just get those couple of yards that you need from him. Lenny's really good at getting those 1, 2, 3 yards in this short situation. They hand it off to Calder, and it's Taj is
Kevin
pulled it.
is in for the touchdown!
Absolute beautiful move there, making something out of nothing by Taj. Talked about how shifty he is.
He had every single player on that field confused,
They
including
are
us.
Pumped and
Yeah.
ready to go. Let's see. It looks like they're going to go for one to tie this game up.
That's huge for Queensland. Big momentum builder coming out of halftime. Immediately level the score. Now it's time for the defense to step up.
Great job, number 3 for Queensland. Just gets in the way. The kick is up. It is good, folks.
Yeah, it
Ladies
looks
and
like
gentlemen.
the Victorian defensive line there just decided to forget how to tackle by the looks of it. He had broke 3 tackles on the way in there.
7-7. We've got ourselves a tie ball game in the national championship. You wonder if that's just Queensland coming out with a little bit of attitude, a little bit of chip on the shoulder, and realizing they're in a dogfight and they're biting back.
Out to kick now is Cam Young with his fiance back in the UK watching him play now. Beth, super excited to watch him play around the field in a little bit more position than just the kicker and punter. And I think Cam was very excited to make the change from receiver to outside linebacker like he's been doing. Just an all-round athlete. He was the MVP of the Rhinos in 2025, the men's team, and he was the offensive player of the year this year.
And got an absolute leg on him. So let's hope he doesn't. I haven't put the moniker on him. And it's done a great kick.
Right down the middle, straight onto the 5-yard line.
He fields that up, takes it out to about the
we got some-
25-yard line.
Got some laundry getting thrown in from the sideline from Andrew Stock. Probably the biggest throw of the day.
Believe I saw a pretty egregious block in the back from Victoria there. I believe that's what this flag will be. And the player that was blocked in the back is down, number 4. Is that Comey?
Yeah, it's Comey.
You can see there at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, just a pile.
Yeah, we couldn't make any.
Unfortunately, Dan Roper getting a little bit too excited and maybe getting some frustration out after that last play. After that last drive.
We'll see. Let's see here again. It's number 38.
The yellow helmet.
And we'll see if we can make heads or tails of what just actually happened.
Comey walks off under his own power, which is good to see.
So it'll be right there at the top of your screen. Oh, and he just looks like
Got no idea what's going on there.
it looked like he maybe got blocked and then into the legs of 38.
Yeah.
He fell down. So either way, it backs Victoria up into their own red zone. So they're going to be starting down.
13-yard line.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation for Victoria. However, if they can get a simple drive going, they can get some quick checkdowns, get the ball out early, they can turn this into a long drive and really stretch the clock here.
And I will say, their one scoring drive of the game, they started inside their own 7. So
Yeah, you're right. And they took the entire field.
they have the ability to do it. It's whether they can muster the strength and rebound from that Queensland drive with some back-breaking, the penalty, and then the long completion. And they had Taj wrapped up and scored. That's tough for a defense to bounce back from. So you would love your offense to get some momentum back here for Victoria.
Conrado Dominguez on that last play just drops the ball.
I think we've seen Queensland make the adjustment they needed to. Taj has had one drive out there, and he scored on that first drive. So it might have been the change they needed. Oh, Aston's thrown a dangerous ball there.
Yeah, he was throwing that to a spot.
Yeah.
And his wide receiver, number 36, Tyson Garnham, came back and got himself in position. But because you're right, it looked dangerous. Number 84 had a beat on that.
If Cam had his eyes in the right spot there, he may have been able to come downhill and take that ball away.
But yeah, he just had to throw it. That Queensland D-line was bearing down on him, Maddox specifically. And great completion there. It's now 3rd and short. See if they can get one of their quick little routes again, easy completion, or if they take the shot. Quarterback sneak 100% or a fake. Nope. And we get it. And
3rd down.
Easy yards.
Yippity, yippity, yippity. Did they get that one?
I mean, it's the most obvious thing in the game. You've been in gun the entire game, as in the center has been snapping the ball back to the quarterback at some depth. Quarterback walks up to the center, and you haven't done that all game. Like, obviously, it's either a hard count or the quarterback sneaks coming, and the Queensland knows it's coming, and they get it anyway. It's a tough play to stop.
You're right. It is a very tough play to stop. That QB sneak on 3rd and short, though, or in any short yard situation, it's a stalwart. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised more teams don't just rely on it.
Yeah.
It's older than David Attenborough that way.
Oh, great ball there.
Complete up the seam. That guy was wide open as a 7-Eleven on Christmas Day. That is unreal.
Yeah, we see the D-line get no pressure there. He has all day to pick apart the defense. Just the running back sits down in the seam, easy completion for 10 yards. And just like we talked about Victoria, building some momentum, getting some first downs, give your defense a breather. This is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Here we go, back out into the spread again. Trips to the open side of the field, the wide side. See if they flare the running back to the boundary again. Yep, they do.
Oh, number 23 for
Joel
Queensland.
Maddox putting some pressure on him. Aston's leaving the pocket. He's getting upfield. And Lockie Naseby there to stop him straight away.
He does a great job, Aston does, of getting out of the danger zone there because that guy came in like a house on fire.
Yeah, Maddox just cooks the tackle with a swim move and then just doesn't break down and gets juked by the more athletic Aston.
5:23 left in the 3rd quarter, 7-7 in the national championship game between the Victorian Eagles and the Queensland Sun Devils.
So it looks like we've had a change in at linebacker. Jai Bladen's come out. Ooh. And now
number 40 from the Bears.
Connor McIntosh has come in, And
Yeah.
you got to jump there from the right tackle again for Victoria. So that's 2 false starts that he's pulled from their team.
Are you even cognizant of players that haven't gotten into the game at this point?
Very aware of some guys that haven't gotten in.
Well, we just see another one coming onto the field, 99, also from the Bears, D-tackle for the Queensland side coming in. Haven't seen him on the field yet. Pepe. Let's see the big lad can make some changes in the middle.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from the third quarterback on the team, Matt Linnell. I'm not sure if we will see some stuff from him. They may get him in at the end if they start to draw a decent lead, or even at number 80, Ashley Hearn, a wide receiver, who had an insane catch against ACT.
Rolls outside the pocket, throws down the
That's a
sideline.
great pass. And there's a flag.
Late flag, too, potentially because of that contact you heard the players cheering about. There was a big collision between some of the O-line and D-line.
Legal man downfield.
Yes, of course. Very, very likely to happen when an extended play like that.
I don't know how you can't have a big collision.
Yeah,
Number 51.
50 run looks like he's just run a drag
He's
route.
running track.
I want to see 62 for Victoria versus Pepe for Queensland. I want to see those two going at it.
That was a big collision.
Pepe's eating a small child. That is.
We've got a few of the DBs that we haven't seen on the field
Here
yet.
we go.
Jasper Lyridge.
Oh,
Big collision.
and there it is.
Bang.
There it is. And I think Pepe says, I win.
Love to see the big boys getting into it in the open field.
That is epic. I love that. That's this game is won in the trenches.
Yes, definitely.
The skill players get the glory, but it's won in the trenches.
Yeah, we did say it from the start. Like the D line and the O line in this game are going to dictate what happens. And whenever the offensive line are given Aston a good pocket, he's making plays.
Yes.
But then the defensive line are going to answer back straight away for Queensland, and they're going to make his life hell.
So you're just seeing that Queensland defense sag back, and again, they're just chunking their way down the field.
Exactly, but again, it's a war of attrition. It's can you make less mistakes than us, and that's what Victoria is challenging Queensland to do, and Queensland is challenging Victoria to do. Both the defense playing back at the sticks, making them take the underneath, rally and tackle. Let's just see if they can keep it up. Right now, Queensland doing an okay job. But again, third downs have been their Achilles heel. That is where Victoria has made all their money. If they come out in trips and run a running back swing to the boundary again, thank God they're not. Because that's Queensland's kryptonite.
Well, yeah, the Queensland defense are trying to keep Aston disciplined. If he starts to lose his discipline in taking those shots that he can get, it's where they're going to make mistakes. Like, exactly there.
Exactly. Like we talked about, they run the running back swing into the boundary. It's open again, and Queensland challenges Victoria to make a mistake, and they do, and Queensland gets off the field.
Joel Maddock did peel with it. He peeled late, so it was there. It was just sort of not an easy throw to make over a 6'3" defensive end in the pass lane. But you know that the Queensland defense, they're going to cover the top. They're going to stop everything from coming deep. They're going to force Aston to be disciplined with his throws, not take those chances, and then bank on the opportunity that he gets bored and he tries to take that chance and toss the ball deep and make a mistake. Let the DBs make their plays.
Mm-hmm.
4th down and 6. Queensland does what it needs to, so they have scored a touchdown.
Matt Major and Warwick
They've
Russell.
held them. Oh, that looked like it was a designed fake. He somehow escapes, gets up the sideline.
Oh, he's short.
But I think he steps out of bounds before the first down. He is short.
That is crazy. That is a ballsy play call by Victoria. It looked designed straight away. They try and catch Queensland short on the open side of the field. And I think if he doesn't make him cut back in there, like, he gets it.
You're right. That was an extremely daring play. And the Victorian player makes something out of nothing. But it's not enough to get the first down. So here we've got Queensland, the momentum almost right at midfield.
Trying to work out who that was that made that play there for the Queensland defense. I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, possibly a championship-saving play there.
Calder just refusing to go down.
It's great, but that's also how he hurts his knees and his ankles.
Yes, he has had a history of injuries, possibly because of that, just refusing to go down. And it makes, like you said, as before, when you get into those scrums, it's a dangerous area. So I love the effort he's putting in for his team. And we do see Bessie remaining at wide receiver out wide with Taj at quarterback. I'd love to see, there's a bit of a size mismatch. Bessie's very tall. I'd love to see just a shot, just throw it up, see if Bessie can get that jump ball. And here it comes. Oh, no, he ducks
Drops
down.
back, comes up the pocket.
Put Joey
on
in
the
a
right
spin
sideline. And even though he's a quarterback, he's not afraid to deliver the hit. And there's a little extracurricular talking there.
Yeah, Joey's going to want that one back. I think he's not going to let that one happen again. Gets caught in a little bit of a spin cycle and bites on the fake, the little head tip from Taj. As you'll see on the replay, gets out of the pocket nicely, tucks the ball, and just gives Joey a little head fake. And Joey's got to adjust his angle. And yeah,
I love the fact that he didn't run out of bounds. He said, "Here I am."
yeah. Hamish Windsor was ready for him.
Drops back, delivers a strike down the right sideline.
Oh, major drossable.
Almost complete.
Absolutely perfect ball there from Taj to his number one connection, Matt, who very rarely drops those balls. I think he might have thought it was maybe a little bit overthrown.
He
That
threw
was
a
on the money.
beautiful ball.
Yeah.
That was such a quick happening play. You can tell the chemistry that those two have.
Yeah, beautiful ball.
Hamish is a young guy, so expect them to pick on him with a senior level dude like Matt. Matt's played internationally. He was one of the number one receivers in Poland last year when he played for the Bisons. And just don't be shocked if they keep going back there.
Oh, they handed
Instead, they give it to the running back.
Good run from
who
Calder.
just stays patient behind his blocker and gets a nice chunk of change down to about the 18, 19-yard line. So they're in the high red zone.
You watch him here just run behind the left tackle pulling through. Just taking the lane he can. He's not speeding past it. He's playing it patient, letting the block hit to then go. It's just, unfortunately, he's a little bit slow.
Love to see the big boys getting downfield and dishing out punishment.
Yeah.
As we can see here, we've got a new center in the game. Jake and Paul, 62. Matt Olay's come to the sideline. I think he just had his helmet ripped off on that previous play.
Good
Fakes the
snap.
run.
It's batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 29, I believe.
It's an issue that Taj is going to have, being of a smaller stature, we'll call it. Having to throw over, some 6'4" defensive line and being roughly 5'6", makes it tough for him to throw the ball. I'm joking. He's probably about 5'10".
Looks like Queensland taking the field goal here.
All right, folks. So we've got ourselves a cool development. So this would be about, a 37-yard field goal? If you
Roughly,
all
yeah.
add it up.
Yeah.
Cam Young's definitely got the leg. I've watched him in-game kick a 50-yard ball.
Kick is down. It is up. It is
Good.
There we go.
sneaks inside the left upright.
The
Wow.
Victorian players do not think that went in. They are furious.
Oh, holy cow, folks. Let's see if we can see this on the replay.
Do we see a little bit of white cross that ball is the only thing we're going to be able to tell.
Oh. I
think it's good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we can't tell here on a frame-by-frame.
And we've got a flag on the field, probably for the Victorian team talking to the officials in a
Getting
little bit of
abusive.
a disrespectful manner.
Argy-burgy.
I mean, in their defense, if I clearly see an official standing behind a post miss a clear missed field goal, I would also be furious.
Let's look at this on the replay, slow motion replay, and we can see right. I think we saw white.
Yeah.
I think we saw white in front of that ball.
I think it might have missed.
I think. Oh, folks, we don't want to speculate, but that was close.
I trust my kicker. I think Cam kicked it cleanly.
There we go. So, irregardless, the points are on the board.
Not sure what's going on here. It looks like the defense is coming back on for Queensland. I'm not really sure what's happening. Are they calling it a miss?
I think they
might be overturning it.
They are.
And they're still.
So
I think they're still going to march it back.
See look at this, folks. Right when the ball crosses, if you can still see white, then it probably means it went wide.
I didn't even see the ball.
It was. We saw white. That, to me, in my opinion, that was a miss. The referees got the call right. It looks like.
Yeah, and
but there was a penalty.
So what I believe has happened is the white hat has overruled the field goal and said it missed, and then they have flagged the Victorian bench for complaining about the call. Well, here we go. So missed field goal, unsportsmanlike conduct on Victoria.
That's again, if you're Victoria, you have to trust that the refs are going to figure this out and not go and rip them a new one.
And especially with what happened just before halftime and during halftime, like, I don't want to, again, speculate here, but I believe 2 flags on the bench can be eject. You can eject the head coach of the Victorian team.
Wow. So, yes, so we do have confirmation. They have missed the field goal. And I think just what you said, Ryan, is that they have the penalties against Victoria. So that backs them up. So it's going to be Victorian ball.
Got a little bit of conversation between the White Hat and Victoria at the moment. The UC, I believe, was on one of the players. So I know the sideline of Victoria has already got 1 UC penalty from right at halftime.
UC, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they've got to be very careful they don't get another one, or goodbye head coach. But it looks like this one has been called on the players that were on the field, which, you know, having the call reversed, I understand. But in saying that, doesn't work out well when you start to talk to officials in a very bad way.
Yeah, you understand the passion, though. Like, it's a tie game, and you see a call clearly missed, you're going to be furious at that moment. But
in the moment, yeah. And if you know Craig, he's not their HC, but he runs hot. And
I think we've all seen that in the last few months at flag and tackle.
So that's no surprise there. But and that's with everybody. We try and get this right.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the best we can.
Look, I can definitely say against Craig at the juniors, I was hot. It does happen when stuff doesn't go your way.
Beautiful little quick screen here from Victoria.
It's a great way to get out of the red zone.
Easy first down.
It's such a simple play, and they keep going back to it. Queensland has to adjust.
Yeah, I just think the Victorian skill players are just better blockers than the Queensland DBs are block shedders and tacklers, and they're just taking advantage of it constantly. And obviously having Chris Clark ejected in the first half, I understand it's a state tournament and Queensland's the home side. They've got quite a number of players to draw on, but it does change your flexibility and who you can move around and play a certain position. Chris Clark being quite versatile, playing linebacker, safety, down in the box. Like, he can be that piece you can move guys around. But I don't want to speak to the rest of the DB core, but maybe we need to change things up, get someone in there who's a bit more physical.
Yeah, it's the old adage. At least what I heard Chip Kelly was the first I heard talk about it with the Oregon Ducks was no block, no rock.
Yep.
And with the idea being, if you're a receiver and you can't block, you're not going to see the field.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And as a career O lineman, when I see wide receivers dominating and blocking, I get very excited.
Absolutely.
You go Victoria motioning again.
Oh. Up the gut. The give is to the running back who takes it for the aforementioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
They are loving that. I believe that's what it's labeled in the playbook.
Yes. Absolutely.
They've gone back to that well, and then if we'll likely see another running back swing or wide receiver screen if the rest of the game is anything to go by.
Victoria comes out in the balanced formation, single back.
And a wide receiver screen to the boundary here would be money again, I believe. No, we're not going to it. We're going deep.
And the complete across the middle to number 36, who dances his way up to the 30-yard line for a Victorian first down.
Yeah, that's a great run after contact, and he does take some heavy contact at the end there, but most skill players will happily trade that for a first down.
So we've got ourselves, folks, amounting to a really good fourth quarter. 7-7, both teams. 10 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be, barring anything unforeseen, it's going to be our last play of the third quarter. You do not want to miss the fourth. Drops back, throws across the middle. Looks like we almost had our first turnover. Intended for number 1, Conrado Dominguez, but broken up by the Queensland DB.
Yeah, that's a great play by the DB. A little bit of an underthrown ball, but again, it's tough going up the middle with all those with the safeties colliding, you're trying to place it in that perfect spot. And he's done the right thing by going low and sort of trying to lead his receiver to where the open grass is. The DB just gets a good read there.
Lachlan Evans with the breakup for Queensland. So they're going to switch sides of the field, folks, and head in the other direction. Again, my name's Brad Cummins. This is Will Saxby and Ryan Glasson. You're watching the national title for American Football Australia between the Queensland Sun Devils and the Victorian Eagles. We are all knotted up here at 7-7. It's anybody's ball game, folks.
Oh, definitely. We've seen, especially in the second half, we've seen both teams move the ball. We've seen penalties against both sides. We've seen big plays. Like, this is one big play, one big penalty, unfortunately. Like, one critical moment from deciding it for either team.
2nd and 10. Drops back.
Ooh.
Doesn't find anybody open. Dances around. Oh, and he's got his head ripped off almost.
No, unfortunate there. It was the only thing he could get a hand to. He knew immediately he'd made a mistake.
Look at this on the replay, but it's a good thing he's got some strong
Probably the
neck
most
muscles.
athletic big guy you've ever seen.
Look at that.
Look at this change of direction, number 90.
Yeah, if he just gets his jersey there instead of his helmet, I think he still makes the tackle with how big he is, but it's so unfortunate.
That boy is a unit.
Yeah, that is a weapon right there.
Just a quick shout out to our two media guys that are out here today, is Saxby Studio and VTS Val. You'll see them around the field with their cameras filming some stuff and getting some photos, and you'll see some of the images and things coming out after the game.
And like I said, a huge penalty. That's exactly what Victoria needs to get across halfway, or just shy of halfway. They're marching, they're doing it. They come out of their own end zone after the penalty, and they're coming out here and spread again. O-line's been holding up.
Yeah, they really have. You talked about it with the game in the trenches. Of course, he gets ran down.
Of course,
from the,
as I say it, yeah.
Run from the backside by number 23. I think that was.
That's Joel Maddox there. He's been winning his one-on-ones a lot, and the quarterback has just been running away from him. That time he manages to get him down. If I was a stats guy, probably put it down as a sack still, but you'd argue whether it's TFL, the quarterback had started running.
Yeah, he definitely was outside the tackle box.
Yeah.
And that's the case where, number 61 for.
Now, mate, pad your own stats. Call it a sack.
Unfortunately, I'm usually the one that I don't want the sack recorded, mate. Here we go. Victoria drops back. Good pocket. Really good pocket. Joel Maddox springs free at the end, though.
Brought down like a bag of potatoes.
Like I was saying, good pocket. I think he almost got lulled into a false sense of security by how stable the pocket was, and then Joel just wins late and comes at him, shot out of a cannon off that left side. Sorry, offensive right. See, Joel beats two defenders, two blocks there, showing you why he's got that Australian helmet.
Gives a little push-pull on the left tackle there and doesn't even engage with the running back.
Yeah.
Running back wanted absolutely nothing to do with that there and just sort of left Aston out to hang there.
Yeah, I think the running back made a business decision. Unfortunately, his own business, not the quarterback's.
That might have been the spark that this Queensland defense needs to get the shot out here, or to get the stop here, sorry.
Drops back. Looks down the sideline.
Oh,
complete to
throw.
number 80. Who is a shoestring tackled into Queensland territory.
Chris Wedderburn.
Absolutely beautiful catch and pass there. Again, the D-line breaking through. Just after I start complimenting the O-line, they start to collapse, but the Victorian offense does not care.
They are going to the well time and time again. And that well's name is Chris Wedderburn. He is coming up money for Victoria.
Yeah, he's definitely been their most dangerous weapon from the wide receiver core. He has had those impactful blocks and runs and deep catches. Like, he's a weapon. QB the draw almost, or potentially the fumble. And
I think if his first read's not there, he's just running up the gut. But it's, again, in that Queensland, you're seeing the play contain. They keep trying to keep everything inside the tackles, but it's leaving the middle of the field open for the run.
Yeah, and like we keep saying, Aston's an athlete, and you do have some big boys in the middle, and if you're containing the pocket, and you got good rush lanes, there's still always going to be one hole. There's only 4 D linemen. So if he can slip through that and get 7 yards when this happens, like it's money for Victoria, and it's been their formula all game. They just keep lining up and spread, sending the running back, challenging the D-line. Oh, bad snap. And that's a huge sack for Queensland.
Huge.
And I think we'll see the dance again here from number 15. No, he's all tuckered out. He's just counting the sacks.
Yeah. You can see here on the replay, I'm not sure. It was just a bad snap.
Yeah.
Just a worm burner. And 15 just happened to be in the right place.
Yeah, as a center, as a lifelong center myself, it's the worst feeling in the world. Look at him. He's got his heads in his hand on the field right now. You can't see. But you only need one bad snap, and you're remembered for the whole game as that one bad snap.
Yep. It's like a ref. You don't really, as a center, you don't really want to hear your name called.
Yeah. And, yeah, that's huge for Queensland. That takes them from second and manageable to third and long. And another
Again,
one.
Oh, no. He's in his head.
Yeah.
Drops back. And
Picked.
it's intercepted.
Oh, God.
Number 25 for Queensland comes up with the clutch play.
Josh Perrin,
Oh.
Panthers corner. Flag tournament next weekend. He's going to be pulling out these tricks.
Oh, you absolutely hate to see it for my fellow big boy. The center is going to be in a heap on the sideline. 2 bad plays in a row that just crush and kill that drive for Victoria.
But again, this is what we were talking about. They just were keeping the lid on the defense. Keeping the lid on the offense and forcing Aston to make the bad play. And Aston just got ill-disciplined. He got rushed. Everything went wrong, and he just tossed it up. And that's exactly what happens when you do that.
Oh, and Taj pulls it from Calder and runs. Tenacious
good
run.
run.
Yeah.
That's a great run. He says if the Victoria quarterbacks can do it, I can as well.
Definitely. And Taj, known in this competition, he's a momentum guy. He's a confidence guy. He's a give me the ball and I'll win this game for my team kind of guy. Like, he wants the rock, and he's feisty.
I think he needs to be because he looks like he's about 70 kilos.
He's been getting pretty big. I've been seeing some workouts, some shirtless pics on Instagram. He's looking
Seeing
good.
some.
Whoa.
Easy.
He's been getting into the Instagram Reels game
Yeah,
recently.
he's loving it.
Drops back, looks
Good.
downfield, throws
what
across,
a
complete.
ball
beautiful.
right to Max Schlatter, right in the chest. An absolute rocket over the middle.
Yeah.
All right, this is the offense that we talked about. We were hoping to see in the second half, that things are starting to click.
Yeah, he's playing angry. He comes out and he just delivers an absolute pill right onto Max Schlatter's chest.
Yeah, I think that ball didn't leave. It didn't go higher than 5'5", and that's perfect. From that quarterback to Schlatter, it just a laser.
Pretty much from the top of Taj's head to the top of Max's head, about 5'5". Yeah,
Exactly. Rocket.
Oh, no, the ball
missed
goes on the
talk.
ground.
He scooped it up.
But he's an athlete, and Taj picks it up. So there's a little bit of miscommunication. I don't know. Did the running back grab it too soon?
I think he's just a little clingy. But again, they've had less reps together in camp, being second-string quarterback and first-string running back. You're going to have less of a connection, and that sort of handoff, that stuff's key. Another change here, we'll see. We've now got 5 Ravens offensive linemen. We've got Jake and Poor stepping into the game. And I believe we've had Andrew Van Blomstein move to tackle. And Jet has gone to the sideline. Let's hope he's not injured.
All right, so that pushes Queensland back, puts a little bit of damper on the momentum.
Do we see a holding call? I was talking.
Yes.
Pay attention.
So yes, and so
no
we've
idea.
got a first down and 20. Taj takes the snap. He's got a
the swing.
man over who goes up the wheel route.
There
and
he
it's
is, Calder
complete
Shanks.
to number 3 for the first down.
Beautiful play there. We see Queensland taking a page out of Victoria's book and sending the running back down the sideline.
Absolutely, just runs a simple little wheel route.
Perfect ball from Taj there.
Wasn't
on the
it?
run, over the top of the backer, in between the safety and that backer there. And there's Calder Shanks showing his Division III wide receiver skills.
And Victoria's doing a great job of not going for the fake and keeping the quarterback in contain.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an ugly read there for Taj. I'm not sure
yeah.
why he didn't didn't hand that one off.
It's muddy too, and especially after you've had so many runs in this drive, this half yourself, like you've pulled it almost every time. The defense is going to be ready to jump on you.
Yeah.
They're not going to. It's almost the perfect time to give it, and I think that's why we had the fumble as well. Calder's expecting that give.
Pulling out never works. So here we got second down and 11 to go.
So
I
that was
believe.
Brad.
My name is James Smith. I'm not right.
Incomplete.
Very
Across the
uncharacteristic play today from Schlatt. He's normally got some extremely safe hands over the middle. He's just had a couple of small drops, but he's also had a few big plays.
Yeah.
See if he can rally himself in this last part of the third quarter and into the fourth.
Third and long now. Probably going to see a similar sort of thing last time. We're going to hope the O-line can hold up, give a long, good deep pocket.
My bad,
Hold
we're
it.
in the fourth quarter.
We are in the fourth quarter.
Sorry, I missed an entire quarter in my head.
Third and 11. 5.5 minutes left in this ball game. It's do or die, folks. We've seen Queensland grind down this clock. Did they get a free
There
play?
it is. They got the free play there, so
Jump
puts it
ball.
up.
Oh.
So,
Queensland
okay.
are not going to be unhappy with that one.
So we're going to replay third down, 3rd and 11. Let's assume.
So we'll go to about 3rd and 6 here.
Do you just go for it irregardless?
100%.
I think so.
It depends.
Nah.
So, look, you've got Cam Young who can kick. He has the leg. You need a score. Otherwise, this is going to go to overtime. And if they can't get this first down, don't be shocked if you do see it, get to a fourth and short. If they're either going to get a first down or they're going to go for the field goal.
I don't want to be malicious, but if Queensland plays for overtime, it's actually a very smart play because I've played in these fly-in, fly-out games before. Victoria's on a clock, so they can do something risky and dumb if they feel they cannot go to overtime or they'll miss their plane.
That's true. It's a fact of life. Yeah, you're
Pretty sure they all booked in for about 8 p.m. flights for this moment.
That's okay, mate. You don't know how long.
Oh!
And
Amazing break up there.
you saw that again. That was just asking your wide receiver to be hurt on that one over the middle. We can see on this replay.
Probably would have had Chris Clark ejected if that was him, but I guess we're all good.
Luckily, the defender does not lay his head anywhere close to.
The receiver.
It was a bit of a high toss to Bones there.
He was completely exposed.
And we do see Queensland going for it on 4th and 7, it looks like. I don't know how we got there from 3rd and 11, but we're there.
Very Tyson Snag-esque play there from the safety. Loves coming downhill and killing some receivers across the middle.
There we go.
Drops
Good
back.
Oh, no.
Throws the right hand side and throws a
There
strike.
he is, Matt Schlatter.
Beautiful ball to Schlatt. And he lets him know, too. And the Australian player takes a dive. Get up, you clown.
It's yeah.
Oh, please don't tell me he's actually hurt. That looks so fake.
Here we go. We'll see on the replay.
You're a terrible person if this is
I'm
real.
sorry. It looks so fake. And Schlatter's about 20 kilos.
Got absolutely no idea what just
Yeah,
happened there.
Nah, he's fine.
We're
Look at
not
him.
sure. But all right. So, irregardless, Queensland has the momentum. 4:40 something left on the clock. 4:44 left on the clock. Tie ball game, guys. This is turning into a fantastic finish. We wished it could have been a little bit more high scoring, but you can't be disappointed with this.
No, definitely. This is tense. And Queensland now has probably entered Cam's field goal range. However, we have seen him miss one from a similar sort of range already. So is that a factor that plays in your mind? And like I said, playing for overtime can go for a long time, Will. 8 p.m. might not be, we could be here for a while.
Well, I know Joey Donohue's got to get to the airport by 7.
It's so if they were to kick it from here, it'd be about a 43-yard field goal.
Yeah.
So that's another. The last one I think was 37, where he missed. So they probably want to get a little bit closer. But yeah, you're right. So you guys know this Queensland team inside and out. Do you think they can kick it from 45 plus?
Cam definitely can, but it is obviously very risky, and then it gives Victoria good field position. I think and we're not even obviously I'm just saying that because we're in first down here. We've got a lot of time before we have to think about that. But that is definitely going to be on their minds. Like if we get into third down, don't do the risky play.
Look,
If you get 3rd and 2.
I'll make it simple. Gun to my head. I need a field goal to kick to survive. Cam Young's kicking it.
Okay.
From how far?
As far as I need him to kick it.
Spoken like a true coach. I love it. I love it. All right, folks, we're still trying to, it looks like there's a little bit of a clock. They're just getting the clock situated. The referees are. We saw them communicating with the officials that are controlling the clock. Here we go.
Yep, 1st and 10 for Queensland here. Trips to the open side of the field. And we got a run play with that GT counter we haven't seen in a while, and it does go nowhere. Great penetration.
We got some cheek. We got some cheek action.
Nothing unusual there. Coldest butt cheeks coming out.
The game has been rescheduled to midday, but we have seen the full moon.
Hey, pull him up there, young man. This is a family affair.
Jesus. Coldest fans will be going wild at home.
Yep. Well, his mum's downstairs, Michelle, and I think she's absolutely mortified about that. I just saw her at halftime.
But look at that, dude. The guy just will not go down.
No. I thought that was going to be a 5-yard tackle for loss there, and he gets it almost back to the sticks. I thought the GT counter would work, but Victoria all over it.
2nd and 11.
Go back, deep
Drops
pass.
back, rolls left,
Oh,
throws
no.
a little dink pass, but that.
Just completely off the mark there, Taj.
Yeah, he knew he missed that one.
Also, I apologize for my shouting on the mic. I'm trying not to be biased, but I am a Queenslander at heart.
Well, I am neither a Queenslander or a Victorian, but I'm just happy to be watching some good quality football.
Yeah, definitely.
In this game, the national championship. So we still looks like we've got some issues with the clock because we're seeing 4:44 on the clock, but it hasn't moved in the last couple plays.
Yeah,
so
we'll see what happens with the time.
We'll get it figured out here soon.
Oh,
and we almost had an interception.
Hamish Windsor was right there in Matt Major's pocket. He was ready for it.
They are going for the field goal. Unfortunate missed the timing all off there between the quarterback and receiver. 2 plays in a row, Taj has made less than desirable throws. But like Will said, gun to his head. We'll see if Will lives or dies here. Cam is kicking the field goal.
I trust Cam Young to keep me alive here. And Jeremy Cowles at long snapper or short snapper in this situation. An absolute pinpoint machine. I hope I'm touching wood.
So this would be a 44-yard kick, and the kick is up, and it is.
Oh,
it's good!
goodness.
It's good! Ladies and gentlemen, it cleared the crossbar. No doubt about that one.
Absolutely amazing
That was
kick
a
from Cam there.
45-yard kick there from Cam Young.
I didn't even see Will sweat. I was about to take him out back and shoot him, but that was wonderful. That was
you were magnificent with calling that, saying you'd let him kick it, and guess what? He does.
Oh, jeez. I did not think off the boot. I did not think it had the legs, but he made it.
I had complete and full trust in Cam Young at all times to keep me alive.
Never in doubt, I heard him say.
That was what I said.
Holy cow.
That's wonderful. Queensland takes the lead with not much time left. A key thing you might practice at training is called the 4-minute offense. So Victoria wants to score here with no time left. So they want to play kind of conservative. They're not really going to be rushing to get into the scoring zone until it gets closer to that 2-minute mark. Because if you score immediately, Queensland has 4 minutes to drive. So Queensland
What a kick.
Oh, beautiful kick. That was way more than the field goal.
He's running on adrenaline there, folks. That's
He was
out
excited about that
of the end zone. So, just like my co-host said, we've got 4.5 minutes left. Victoria's got the ball. They're going to want to march down the field, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock. But really, ultimately, it's just about getting first down.
Exactly. And with the little amount of scoring we've had in this game, I think as a head coach, you probably just take the score. If you bust the first play for a long drive, a long play and score, you're not thinking, damn it, we gave him too much time.
Yeah, look, both defenses have done really well. They've both let one score in the whole game. Victoria's let a field goal in from 45 yards. It's not the defense's fault there. Queensland stepped up on special teams and they made a play. You just got to take what you can get in these sort of games.
1st and 10. Again, to the running back, but they had him covered, but he manages to get the first down. We'll
He's
see
going
this.
to want that one back. I
Yeah.
have
Well,
no idea who that is.
Watch this replay, folks, because it looks like it almost goes through his hands.
Yeah, it does. He's going to
Court
want that
number
one back
42.
every time.
Not on our team sheet. Number 42, the mystery man. Possibly a late addition to the squad, but
He actually plays for the Packers.
that was a beautiful ball, though, by Victoria. And again, the running back swing. Queensland makes the adjustment. They actually cover it. That's still not good enough. And that's one thing in this game. You cannot cover a perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Aston's
absolutely.
just thread that ball there and caught the defensive end peeling. Like, as much as he's peeling, if his eyes aren't in the right spot, he doesn't know what's coming behind him. And he's caught him at just the right time where he can release the ball, knowing that this defensive end is going to turn upfield with the running back. So as soon as he's caught him, he's put that ball in that lane where the defensive end has no way to play it. He doesn't know where the ball is. If he does anything, he just throws his hands up and guesses. And unfortunately, didn't throw his hands up in the right spot. And so he's just thread the needle to the running back, got himself a first down, and kept the dream of winning alive right now.
Yeah, that's huge.
You wonder if if Victoria has a kicking game.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
Obviously, they've, the extra points, but we have not, you're right, we have not seen them, so we don't know where they're dangerous from.
And I don't want to keep disparaging the lovely punter, but if their punting game's anything to go by, I wouldn't have thought their kicking game would be much better.
They're punters. We can disparage them all we want. They're soulless people.
Don't talk about them like that. Special teams is a part of the game too.
Will
yeah?
was a staple of the special teams unit back in his playing days.
Oh, okay. Is this how we're going with this?
All right, so we've got first down, 4 minutes, 14 seconds left. Victoria has trips coverage on the near sideline.
We'll see if they go with this this bunch release again, where they bring someone to the sideline underneath the sticks.
Yeah,
It's exactly what they've done.
but
He escapes one tackler, escapes the second, decides to scramble, gets about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
yards.
10, 11
Damn.
yards.
It's a good first down run there. But also, don't count out the Victorian field goal kicker. We watched him kick a PAT, and he absolutely launched that ball over the post from a PAT point. It's not an easy thing to do. So he does have a leg.
Okay.
And we did watch him kick that 60-yard field goal against ACT a few weeks ago.
Oh, right.
He absolutely banged that one
That's
through
right.
with yards on the end too. So they do have the ability. They're pretty much in field goal range now if they feel like it.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a good idea.
I saw that highlight on the pastry press with the Manjot Melee with the call. And the call is up the sideline, up the seam.
Number 80 again.
Here's again, Chris.
There we go. Another Victorian. So now we're getting into that territory where are they going
Yes.
too fast?
Yeah. So now is the time where, as an OC, you're almost in field goal range, if not already there. You can slow it down now. Maybe run the ball here. We'll see what they do. A little screen similar to a run game.
High percentage play.
Yeah, don't be
Yep.
shocked if you see screens, you see draws, you see quick plays, hitches, just stuff to chip away the defense and really force them to come downhill, open up the gap between the backers and the safety, and then watch Aston start hitting the glances, the post, those things, just behind the linebacker depth.
Yeah.
They're trying to force these guys to come downhill and play the run so that they can chip away over the top.
Man in motion. Give us to the back. Who goes up the gut.
Oh, that's huge.
It's a good run there.
Yeah, Queensland really needs to start thinking like this. Obviously, the defense doesn't want to give up a score full stop, but you're getting into the territory where it's like, if we're going to give up a score, it's almost better we do it now than later.
So
So,
staple
this
of the
third down
defensive
is
line
huge.
has just rotated on. Adniel Thompson, absolute monster of the Ravens defensive line. One of the worst people to get hit by, especially when you're not looking. Mitch Bradford can definitely attest to that. I've seen him decleated a few times and gasping for air.
Here we go. Third and
QB
less
sneak.
than a yard. And
There
he's
it is.
trying to get the sneak.
He's got it.
And we've got a little bit of a tush push, and it gets the first down.
I mean, I understand that you've got the defensive line, like you've got your positions you need to be in. There has to be some sort of adjustment, communication. They've done it twice now, but also every team in the world does that. It's
Yep.
third and short. The quarterback's walking towards the center.
Yeah.
Like, you're a D lineman. You can move a gap, like shift, pinch, do something. Like, you've got to stop that. You can't just be a gimme on third and short every time.
You can't play your base defense, and that looks like what they did.
Like Joel Maddox penetrated, but the quarterback falls forward for the first down. You need those big boys up front to stop it at the point of attack. It's the only way to stop the sneak.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to move you guys into some sort of into the 1-tex and even get down in a 5 down and just dive at the feet of the center and then have your backers come over the top.
So we've got a timeout here by Victoria.
Or is it the 2-minute warning?
Looks like 2-minute warning.
You are
actually,
correct.
yeah.
It is a 2-minute warning.
So this is huge, yeah. And like even the saying the linebackers, like there's got to be some sort of adjustment from your defensive play callers. Your linebackers on the fields, your quarterbacks of the defense have got to let the guys know it's coming and just step up the line.
Yeah.
And
They've shown under center twice now, and twice they've snuck.
no hard count.
Yeah, they've got to really think, hey, it's 3rd and 1. Maybe I should creep down here, and they're under center.
Throws into the end zone. And
That's some good defense.
It was a good 50-50 ball. But
Lachlan Evans stepping up there and making the play. He's a little bit out of position and lost. He wanted that ball.
Fantastic job by Queensland defense.
I think there's some absolutely egregious holding going on the O-line
Definitely
there
is
as well.
there.
But you can't rely on that. There's no such thing as holding.
Unless it's called.
No, exactly. But if you're a D lineman, you got to have the mentality. There's no such thing as holding.
It's a really good tracking of the ball there by Lockie. He understands where it's going, and he taps it out of the hands of the receiver.
If Taj just puts that a little bit more to the outside.
Aston.
Aston. It's a
good touchdown.
Yeah.
So
what a
great
grab!
snag.
Grab. Good throw.
Inbounds too, so the clock keeps ticking. Not good for Queensland.
Tyson Graham.
Yeah, that's a spectacular catch.
Look at this on the replay.
Yeah, the body control.
Just on a little whip by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
Like that's a great timing route there by the quarterback and receiver.
That's really hard to cover as an outside linebacker for
yeah.
Cam. You know, you get that slant look, and so you go, all right, cool, well, we're in a backed up situation. I need to crunch down on this. And then all of a sudden, as you've stepped down, he flips his hips and turns the other way. It's damn near impossible.
Complete again to number 36. He steps out of bounds. Looks like did he get enough for the first down?
Yeah, that's looks like they're giving the first down symbol. Get him on a quick arrow there.
All right, folks. So we've got ourselves 1 minute, 12 seconds left. Queensland is ahead, 10-7. Victoria has the ball and is marching. Has taken about 3 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
Already.
This is perfect 4-minute offense right here. As the Queensland defense right now, you're thinking like this is the game now. It is no longer we need to stop them and to try and get the ball back or like let them score quick. It is if they score they win. That's the mentality you got to have right now.
But this is what we were talking about at the start. We have the offensive line for Victoria are dictating how this game is going at the moment. The defensive line for Queensland need to do something. They need to make a play to shift the momentum of the drive right now. They're just getting taken away. Aston's getting protected really well. They're running a very good quick game. This is where you might look at bringing in those pressures to try and stunt guys away and open up like a 3 defensive players for 2 offensive line and get a quick hitter right at Aston's face.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And just watching the body language of Queensland, especially their D-line, they look gassed.
Yeah.
They look tired, so they're going to have to dig deep on this one.
Looks like it's actually 4th down there. They haven't given them the first down.
Okay.
So that's huge. But I swear, if I see a quarterback sneak for a first down, I will throw my headset.
Well, we don't
If we don't see the linebackers creep down on this and at least mug their gaps to try and get over the top and drive back the offensive line,
Yeah,
it's what's going to bring them undone.
We've got the 2 big boys in the A gaps already. They've already made the adjustment.
They've got their big back.
This is a game, folks. If he gets a first down, great. If not, it's over.
QB power. It comes downhill, Cam. Ooh,
He's got it.
He's got it easy.
Got it by a yard or
Yeah,
two.
calling it.
Yeah. All right. So
QB power there gets him safe.
just when you think the drama can't keep getting more and more, but folks, we're going to need a coronary. All right. So
that's really tough. Like, you know, they've got the big back in there, so you sort of go, all right, cool. Well, they're going to hand this off to the big back and let him get a couple of yards. But then Aston just gets behind, and he makes it looked like Isako missed slightly and just to creep around him and get that first down.
Yeah, again, just falling forward.
clock is running. First down and goal. Drops back, throws into the end zone. He takes it in for a touchdown. Victorian Eagle fly, number 80.
Chris Wedderburn, again, he's been a staple of the offense this entire game and a #1 target for Aston. Like, he's just shown it there, a little quick slant in the red zone, and just they've picked off and just found the window between the backers, the safety in the corner right there, and he's made the play after getting the catch. You know?
Look at that. That's just a great design and execution. He put the ball high. He knows his receiver is an athlete. He's going to come down with it, and he bullied his way into the end zone.
Yeah, this is a huge extra point here too, because if they kick it, it means Queensland needs a touchdown, and then you've only got 40 seconds left.
So we'll see what sort of kick block the Queensland team come out in here.
Good snap, good hold.
Good
It
kick.
is up. Hey, yeah, he's got a leg, folks.
Now a 4-point game.
And I believe it is the same guy as the punter, so he's
He's obviously a better kicker.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have 42 seconds on the clock.
I'll give it to, maybe it was just the jitters, you know. The early game jitters. He's leveled out now.
If you're Victoria, do you do a squib kick and try and like a line driver, or do you let Queensland return the ball?
Well, we haven't seen anything really so far. There hasn't been enough kick return game to see what they're capable of.
I think squib kick though. I think you're right. I don't. It's not worth the risk. Like, you kick it dead or you squib kick it to waste time, whatever your preferred strategy is. But you just, like, I know a kick return touchdown's rare, and but it's still a risk. It's not worth taking. So kick it dead. You said he's got a leg. We've seen it now. Kick it dead, or kick it out the back of the end zone. Sorry.
You'd want to kick it dead. Like, these returns are going to get past the 25. They're going to get past the 20, unless you have someone who comes downhill and makes an absolute game-saving play, which, you know, it's rare. It's not going to happen every play. Put it away dead. You're going to be certain of where they're starting, and they still have to drive 75, 80 yards.
Yeah.
Now, and there is the kick deep into the end zone.
Bones wants it. That's a good play there.
Wouldn't be reaching the ball out though
Yeah.
for an extra yard.
No, not in
Bones
this.
probably should have left that one and just let it go. I think he thought he might have had a little bit more room there, but he's basically got out to exactly where the ball would have been spotted.
Tell me what return man doesn't think they don't have room.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to bring it out of the end zone in a situation like this. So just to set the stage, folks, 37 seconds left. National title on the cards. Queensland is behind 10-14 to Victoria. Queensland has the ball, needs to drive 80 yards.
I believe they've got at least one, if not two, timeouts remaining as well.
Yeah, Taj has been in this situation before in a crucial game this year with the Stingrays against the Rhinos. Let's hopefully they don't make the same mistakes as they did there.
Beautiful run by Taj.
Get out of bounds. Good job.
That's what you need.
Fantastic. Exactly. Breaks contained, gets out of bounds, takes about 7-8 seconds off the clock. They've got a first down. So, is this what you do? You just say, if the first read's not there, get out of the pocket and run out of bounds.
Yeah, I think
100%.
exactly. I think your best bet is to sort of march it down the field, throw the out routes, get out of bounds, and then take so you can have at least a shot at the end zone to end the game.
It's to take what you can get without using your timeouts. Like, they have 2 timeouts, but they don't want to use them this far down the field.
Throws
It's a
deep
great
down
ball.
the sideline.
A little bit overthrown to Matt Major. He had Hamish Windsor. Taj had the ball in the right spot, just a little bit too far.
Yeah, good pocket. That's what they're going to need. These deep throws that are going to be needed to win this game. The O-line has got to hold up against this vicious Victorian D-line.
Honestly, Hamish Windsor has been having a game today. He's come up to the men's group this year and is locking down one of the best receivers in Queensland. You know, he's not let him had a lot in the way of catching, you know, whether it be bad balls or anything. He's just had him locked down. He's been in Matt's hip the whole game. And having the protection and the help of Joey over there and the knowledge of Joey is definitely giving him the upper hand here. And it's going to be a big deciding factor of how Hamish goes, because if this offense for Queensland wants to pick on someone, it's got to be the young kid. It's the young kid on the sideline who they can tell he's undersized, but he's been performing the entire game really well.
And they're trusting him. They got him on an island almost with Major.
Second down and 10. Max
Taj
protect.
steps up in the pocket. He's running away. There's a flag on the play, so
Throw it
probably
away.
some sort of holding penalty.
Oh.
Max Schlatter across the middle. He's made one person miss. He's downfield on the 29-yard line, but I have a feeling we're going to get a holding call back here,
Yeah, the
which
flags.
is going to absolutely crush the offense here.
And that kills because of the time. You're taking so much time off the clock on that play.
Yeah, and flags thrown before the ball was thrown. It's going to have to be holding, I think, on Queensland. Yep.
I think next time the chains might need to drop the chains when the quarterback's running into the sideline, not maybe drop a shoulder into the quarterback would be a good start.
So if you're tuning into us and you're looking at the live feed on the far side of the field, you don't necessarily see that many people, but this place is packed on our side of the field.
Yeah.
Directly beneath
The
our
smart,
feet.
the smart people avoiding the sun.
Exactly.
But then the Victorian fans, ever loyal, withstanding the sun to support their team on their own sideline.
So, folks, are we into trick territory play? Do we go
100%.
hook and ladder type situation?
You can expect
here?
some sort of double pass, some sort of hook and ladder.
Yeah, I
Because
think
the
you've,
normal stuff's not working.
I think you've got one more play to try and you two options. Yeah, you have 2 trick play attempts like deep passes, or you have one more short out route sort of thing, and then one just Hail Mary.
All right.
Because you got to think about what the defense is giving you here. The defense is going, like, you look at the situation, 13 seconds,
You got a
it's
timeout.
second down.
Like you could throw a middle of the field ball, immediate timeout.
You could, but they're going to be playing in some sort of cover 4. They're going to be playing something with 4 high defenders, so you're going to have to take the underneath chip. And yes, it's going to make your life better, but it leaves it for a jump ball at the back of the end zone
Yeah.
in this last play. So
That's what I'm saying. Like,
expect some sort of trickery is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, unless we get another 20 yards on this play and a timeout, Taj does not have the arm to throw it 70 yards.
No, and neither does Bessie. So they need to get up the field somehow, or they need to get something quick on maybe the backwards flow of a play. Like you get some sort of a flood to the left, and you have someone coming underneath the opposite way, draw all the defenders to one side of the field, and just hope that someone doesn't do their job properly.
Yeah, exactly. Here it is. This is for all the marbles.
See the Victoria defense playing very far off here. You get a ball to Schlatt over the middle. It's overthrown very far. So looks like it's going to come down to the next 2 plays.
All right, so you're seeing the Queensland quarterback hang his head a little bit, which is understandable. They really wanted this game.
Yeah, we're going to need, basically we're looking at just a lateral fest is the only way Queensland can pull this one out. We're going to need to see a hook and ladder followed by probably several other laterals for them to come out and pull this one out of the bag.
Hats off to both these teams. They played a really, really good game. You're seeing high quality football here on the national stage.
Oh, hit as he throws.
All right.
And this is it.
We've got one more play left inside of us. 4 seconds left.
O-line's been doing such a good job these last few deep shots. The D-line know it's a deep shot, so they're pinning their ears back and just rushing, and they finally get to Taj there.
Victoria's got to hold their water. They have to be disciplined here. If they want to stop this, last second thing, expect the ball to go around. There's got to be discipline on both sides of the ball, especially on the offensive side. If this gets caught, lateraled and bounced around, guys have to not be selfish. If they're going to take block in the back penalties, they're going to take holding penalties, it's going to end the game. Any penalty from here will cause a 10-second runoff, but by the time the penalty's been thrown anyway, the game's going to be over.
Yeah,
They have to be disciplined.
The only penalty that won't end the game, obviously, being a defensive
Correct.
penalty. So, Queensland, obviously, the only 2 options they have is some sort of pass interference call or the hook and lateral.
So if you're Victoria, do you send all 4 or do you just send 2 guys?
I mean, it depends on your personnel. Do they have an extra DB that's worth putting back there? Do they have the 3 defensive linemen or 2 defensive linemen that are worth or that are able to rush? I mean, it looks like they're sending 4 here. So
Yeah, I think you send all 4, but you just have one guy sort of on the center, just patty cake and spy the quarterback a little bit.
So yes, we have 2 defenders 60 yards off the ball, and he just throws
and there's a pick there from Hamish Windsor.
And that's game.
And that is 1 second left on the clock. I think Victoria is going to have to take a knee to win this one here. Like we talked about, Hamish Windsor, the young kid, came up from juniors last year, his first year in men's, representing Victoria, and he just sealed the game with a pick on the sideline.
Fantastic.
Oh, hang on. We
No,
have laundry. I think it's for everyone running on the field.
I believe so as well. They're just going to flag them, and they're going to have to take the knee 15 more yards away from their end zone, but they're not going to be too upset about that.
Well, folks, congratulations to...
All right, they're going to wave it off. Victoria will take a knee.
It looks like we are going to have ourselves a national champion for the Victorian Eagles.
It's been a long run of Queensland's dominance, so props to them. They've beaten a really good side here, and there's no doubt that they are a quality team.
This is the first loss for Queensland since, I think, 2015 from memory.
I believe
17.
You're talking about the men's team?
Yeah.
2016, I believe it was.
Yeah, so Victoria's done an awesome job to do this.
There you go. You've got yourselves a national champion, Victoria. Congratulations to you. You earned this title.
Well, Impact Sports is going to be having a couple of orders for some brand new helmets after that one. But congratulations to Victoria. They played a hell of a game, and they stood
definitely
up when they needed to.
That's exactly right. Queensland, you don't have anything to hang your head about. You did a great job. Unfortunately, it didn't come up your way like you wanted it today.
Well, like we talked about, the Victorian team didn't have the lead with 4 minutes to go. Like Queensland easily, like they could easily hang their heads, and if that drive hadn't gone well, and they stood up exactly when they needed to, they ate all the time. They did a perfect job, scored with a minute left. Like there's not much Queensland can do that.
And look, I think the biggest standout for me today, apart from Hamish Windsor with his pick at the end, is Chris Wedderburn.
Yeah,
absolutely putting Victoria on his back on the offense and controlling the game. Like he is by far the one, as well as Aston Hewitt, to carry this team through. Like, awesome game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad Cummins with Will Saxby and Ryan Glass, and it has been our privilege to broadcast this national championship with the 2026 Victorian Eagles as the crowned winner. We are going to sign off here, and we say thank you for watching us. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.